is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Strong opening. Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, December 1st.
Wow, we've made it to December.
Wow. I'm Tori. Hello, here with my lovely and dearest friends, Al and Brandon. All right, let's be honest, right? We haven't talked about politics or the election for weeks, right? For good reason, because we know it really divides people. We get it. We have families too and friends, but it is important to talk about where we are now. So we want you to hang with us and go ahead and write in as I'm speaking. All 6 now of the key battleground states have now certified their election results for Joe Biden, including Arizona. In fact, the Republican governor of Arizona, Doug Ducey, ignored a call from the president, you can hear him, That's Hail to the Chief. That's the ringtone he gave to the president during the press conference while he was actually certifying the vote.
That's a say my name moment.
That is. That's right. That's so true. The president tweeted about it, asking, why is he rushing to put a Democrat in office? What is going on with Doug Ducey? Republicans will long remember. So this is now the second Republican governor that the president has criticized after they certified the election results. Meantime, none of the president's legal challenges alleging voter fraud have succeeded in changing the results. So now, while it is the president's right, absolutely, to pursue legal challenges, the question we want to know from you and get that temperature is it time for him to concede? We want you to go to dblvote.com to weigh in so your voice can be heard. Al, is it time?
For the country, yes. For his followers, no. And I thought a lot about this, Tori and Brandon, because I knew that we were going to talk about this today. And we can get into policy and when was the last president that didn't concede and what about Florida in 2000, all those kinds of things. But I think people love Trump and his followers love Trump because of the way that he makes them feel. They always say it's not what you say to people, it's how that they make you feel. And I remember when Obama got elected, you know what really did it for me? I know everybody just goes, oh, black man, black man. I was like, dude, a guy with student loans. A guy that had student loans made it. And it was the way he made me feel. So I would ask anybody that doesn't want him to concede or wants him to concede, what does Trump do? What does he make you feel? And how can you get that moving forward? Because even if it was another 4 years, Trump isn't always going to be there, Brandon. So what would it take for you to feel empowered? Because that's what Trump does. He makes the people that feel voiceless, that feel unheard in this country, feel powerful and like somebody's fighting for them. So what would that take you? And I think that's the question for our viewers.
Well, you just answered that question right there, how he makes them feel. The same way Obama made you feel, that I feel as though with the friends that I have who follow Donald Trump, they have said that a lot of the things that he say and the way that he does it, that's how they feel. Because if you look at where America is going or where we think that we could be going, there are a lot of people who don't want to go super left, Al. You know, we don't want to stay right. And like you say, Tori, we want to stay right there. We want to govern in the middle. You campaign to the left or the right. You govern in the middle. But I think about it like this because of the hypocrisy right now. And I like to stay in the middle because back in 2016, what was trending? As soon as Donald Trump won the presidency, hashtag resist, hashtag not my president. So the election fraud has now turned into the Mueller report. And we're going to continue to get this for 4 years while Joe Biden is in an office. And I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but we had 4 years of impeachments. We had 4 years of Russia hoax. I see this going on for 4 years, but just from the other side. So,
all right, well, let me get your comments because you guys are writing in like crazy. Philippe from Twitter says it takes time to uncover the fraud in an election. Give the president and his team time to uncover the evidence showing that this was a rigged election. Paul says we need to stop the left from stealing our victory. Leanne says Trump won 74 million votes. To simply cast aside all those people and say they're crazy is a big mistake. And Linda says I'm a Trump supporter, but at some point we have to face the facts that he's not going to win. Sadly, the votes just aren't there for him. We're going to get to our megaphone. So 86%, that's a strong majority of you feel, yes, he should concede. 14% say, no. My point, it doesn't matter. January 12th at 12:01, President-elect Biden will be in that White House, and if Trump wants to stay, he'll be trespassing. And at that point, he'll be escorted off. I think he will concede. I think what you're doing is rallying the base perhaps for a news organization or 2024. But I think he knows what's really going on. He didn't become a huge businessman without knowing facts.
Right.
So interesting discussion, and thank you for your voice. It's very important.
You are welcome.
No one thanked you, Al. All right, moving on to some promising coronavirus vaccine news. Now that 2 vaccines are awaiting emergency authorization, a CDC advisory committee is meeting today to decide who should get vaccinated first. You know we've had this convo, you guys. There's a new debate. Should people get paid to get the vaccine? Some say it'll encourage people to get it, while others worry that any effort like that would build more distrust. So, is it a good idea to pay people to get the coronavirus? I will throw my point out. 1,000% yes. We're in America. It's a capitalistic society, and the pocketbook is the only thing that will turn the amount of people we need to get immunity.
I agree with you, Tori. And Brandon, I saw you about to say something, but I'll say this. People would push back on you, Tori, and they would say that our poor citizens would then be saying that they're going to be a lab rat.
Yep.
That being said, I'm on a group thread with a lot of homies all over the country, and a lot of times when I look at my group thread, somebody be like, hey, out in Lakewood, if you go take these 2 pills, they'll give you $75. I have a lot of friends that still go do medical research that you can find on like Craigslist and stuff. So it goes both ways, but I think a lot of people would say that we're going to use our poor people as guinea pigs.
I mean, you just confirmed it. You said your friends probably need that money, need that $75 for that 2 pills. So if you dangle $1,500 in front of people's faces who need this money, because let's keep it 100, that relief bill, it's stalled. The talks have stalled
coming.
since July. So now you're saying, well, hey, you want that money? Hey, you know, this virus wiped out your career, wiped out your business. You want this money to stay afloat. You have to take this new shot. Now, how come we haven't found the cure to AIDS and cancer and all these other things that's been around for quite some time, but now, warp speed, we have a vaccine in a couple of months. People do not feel like they trust this vaccine.
I know.
Dangling money is just not fair.
But the only way for people to get over that trust in the red, white, and blue is to dangle some green.
That's wow.
Okay.
All right. She sounded like the first female strip club owner.
Mazel tov! My mother's so proud. All right.
Get paid, ladies.
Ladies. All right, switching gears completely here. We have some cute news about a couple of gay penguins. You might have heard of them. They are now second-time dads. This is Sven and Magic. They are 2 well-known residents at the Sydney Aquarium. They've been together for years, and they just adopted a second chick from a heterosexual pair of penguins. They raised their first adopted chick, Lara, back in 2018. I can't get over this. Sven? What a great name.
But, I mean, do we know that they're together, Brandon, or they're just trying to stay warm?
No, penguins mate completely.
But don't they just hang out because it's cold?
It's not official unless they put it on Facebook.
That's right.
Come on. Come on.
He's like, if you like it, put a ring on the flipper. All right. Good job, Tori. Coming up on DBL, Mr. Christmas is bringing us some good holiday decor inspiration. The 3 things he says you should not skimp on this season.
Garland.
Garland?
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I thought you said garlic. I'm like, okay, vampire. And dramatic rescues caught on camera from one on the high seas to a hiker airlifted from a mountain. It is heroism in action, and we've got it all. Stay tuned, y'all.
Reads, important. Susan, Amazon apologizes. Our gift to you is this MacBook Pro. Fill in your details so we can ship it to you right away. It includes a link. Susan DiMucci says she took the bait.
And it takes you to a Google blank page, as if you were going to do a Google search. That's all you get.
Susan asked us to verify whether the offer was real. Our source for this is Amazon. A spokesperson responded to our inquiry. No, this isn't real.
When you first see a so familiar name, you think, oh, yeah, fine, I know them. And I believed it.
Amazon has a special section on its website dedicated to scams and how to identify whether a phone call or text is from them. The company warns scammers generally follow a common pattern. They connect with a victim by phone, email, or social media and create a sense of urgency. Then they ask for some sort of gift card or processing payment. Amazon warns they will never ask you for your personal information like social security number, tax ID, or bank account information, or to make a payment from a third-party website, or for remote access to your device. So we can verify this Amazon giveaway is fake.
I should have known better.
If you get a suspicious message from someone claiming to be with Amazon, they want to know about it. You can visit their website to file a complaint. I'm Cheryl Mercedes with your Verify.
Welcome back to DBL. We have a couple of caught-on-camera rescues to show you. Up first, let's get into it. This Florida man, you might have seen this. He was rescued Sunday morning. He was found 86 miles off the coast of Florida after his boat capsized. He had gone missing Friday night. He had clung to the bow of his ship. Look at this. For hours.
That should
waiting.
replace the hang in there poster with the cat on the laundry line with that.
Unbelievable. Hoping to be rescued. Here's what he told the Coast Guard about how it all went down. Take a look.
I didn't see anybody. I thought it was this is it. And then I saw a container vessel in the distance, and I don't have my glasses. I couldn't see if it was coming to me or not. But I began waving and took my shirt off and waved periodically. And in the course of a half an hour, it seemed to get closer. And he saw me, and he would radio in my location. So, excuse me, somebody could come and pick me up. Over.
I mean,
You know what that face is for?
What?
Because I'm thinking about Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Titanic.
Why?
This guy held on to the bow of his ship for how long? And the Titanic character couldn't hold on to a door.
I agree with you, Jack and Rose.
Freezing.
Doesn't matter. He's 86 miles outside the coast of Florida. You know what's in those waters?
That's true.
I will say this. The idea that he didn't have his glasses, I don't know if any of you don't have glasses, but when I take my glasses off, I can't see your face out. I wouldn't be able to tell who you were. So to somewhat see a ship and not know if it was coming.
So that's what you took from that story is he didn't have his glasses?
Up next, a hiker was rescued.
His phone wasn't charged. Can you believe it?
No, that's psychologically crazy.
His wedding ring came off. Next story.
No, up next, you don't know if you're getting saved or passed? That's amazing. Up next, a hiker was rescued after he slipped and fell, and then a boulder fell on top of him, remember, like 127 hours, trapping him underneath. The 48-year-old man waited for 12 hours to get rescued. He used a penknife to get his phone. He dug his way out from under the rock. He had gone hiking looking for his missing drone.
Yeah.
What is this rescue?
Brandon, this is why, and I know, we're black men living in Colorado. And people constantly try and take us out to the woods.
Yep.
My whole criteria is this going to result in me getting rescued by an orange helicopter? If the helicopter is orange, that means I made a poor decision leaving my home. That's why I don't ever want to see an orange helicopter. Brandon?
Look, I don't want to buy into that stereotype, Al, but if I have to use a pen to dig myself out under a rock, it doesn't sound like a good time to me. Keep the White Claws in the cooler.
Yeah.
I'm staying home.
I know what you mean.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Oprah always said when she went camping with Gail, why would I pay to be homeless? This is terrible. It's awful.
I love that people love it. I get outdoor people. One of my homies, he literally is a guide, and he takes people down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. It's a 14-day trip. I get it.
Yeah, he has
I
it
just
in it.
can't.
Yeah.
I don't want my life to come down to a pen.
No, I read 127 hours because I'm fascinated by
You read
catastrophe.
it?
You read it?
Oh, yeah. The book he wrote is and there's pictures. So not only, just so you know.
There's a lot of
did
pictures in the movie.
Hold on. Did he tear his tendons with his little knife? He took pictures the whole time. So you see the arm stuck afterwards. It's fascinating.
You got nothing to do for 127 hours. I'd take
That's
pictures
true.
of my tendons, too.
That's right. That's right. All right, coming up on DBL, interior designer Mr. Christmas is helping ring in the holidays with his expert advice for holiday home decor. Good work, Rob. Welcome back to DBL. If you need some extra holiday decor inspiration, interior designer Mr. Christmas, that's his real name, it's not, is here to help. Jeff caught up with him earlier in today's DBL Spotlight.
Benjamin Bradley, welcome to DBL, aka Mr. Christmas, I might add. So fans of the show that know me, I'm a big Christmas guy, but I've never been named Mr. Christmas, not even close. So please tell our audience, how big is your Christmas decoration?
My personal collection's huge. I mean, I'm in the midst of it now, but yeah, I mean, there's 3,000 to 5,000 different pieces, and it ranges of everything. I've got everything under the sun in that collection. So,
I like how you just threw that out. You're 3,000 to 5,000 pieces.
Well, you know, you can cover a lot of ground with that. There's dishes and ornaments and garlands and trees, and I mean, there's a lot of variety in that. So It's not that much. I know people have more.
I gotta get on my Christmas game. Let's be honest.
I was gonna say, you got some catching up to do.
Definitely. All right, well, help us settle this debate once and for all.
Okay.
And mind you, our friendship is on the line.
Okay.
Is there such a thing as putting up your Christmas tree too early?
No, never. Definitive
Yes.
statement, never. Life is short. Christmases are like birthdays. We only get so many. Do what makes you happy. Put it up when you want.
Okay. Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
I gotta be honest with you. In our family,
Besties for life. There you go.
besties for life, Christmas tree buddies for life. You have a picture of my tree there, Benjamin? That's right now in our home. What do you think of it?
This year? This is current?
This is current. It's current. We just
Okay.
bought a new Christmas tree. We have our old one that we keep in the basement. Memory-wise, it was me and my wife's first tree we purchased together. Now this is our first home, and we got ourselves a tree, and we put it up. So, any pointers to improve that
Nice.
tree?
I think you're doing pretty well. I mean, it looks like you got. I think the tree's looking great. I think you just need some greenery on the mantle. That would be my thing. Your tree's right up there, but the mantle just needs a little bit more of a backdrop, a little more lushness.
We put up our tree. This is going to spark a lot of debate and might go viral. We put up our tree the day after Halloween. That's when we do it. So we have 2 full months of Christmas.
That works. That works for me. I mean, I don't even do Halloween anymore because it never saw I used to put out a few decorations, never saw the actual night of All Hallows Eve, so just gave that up. So
There you go. There you go. So what are some of your must-haves for holiday decorations?
I always say I want the sights, the sounds, and the smells. I want it all. You got to have the Christmas tree. It's a ubiquitous type of thing. I want to have a scent. I always love having candles and potpourri sprays around. Gotta have a ton of lights going on, and then of course you gotta have the smell of something baking in the oven. So you gotta have it all. You gotta have everything.
What are the holiday decorations that you would avoid? You said some wonderful things. What would you avoid at all costs?
Okay, I'm gonna make some enemies here, but I don't like exterior blow-ups. I don't like those things. They look fun at night, but during the day they look like a wet dish rag unless you keep them blown up the entire time. So go old school. Do something else. Do a blow mold, do some greenery, do some lights on a tree, but I don't like those.
Well, Benjamin, my new best friend, thank you so much for talking to us today, man. We appreciate it.
All right. Nice talking to you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We'll stay in touch. For more holiday cheer.
Please do.
Absolutely. For more holiday cheer, check out Holiday Home Makeover with none other than Mr. Christmas on Netflix. We'll be right back, everybody.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals, and they're holiday deals. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast, presented by MorningSave.com. All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie Jones?
Tori, I have got some amazing products and deals that you are going to love. So first, we've got something that's needed in every kitchen. It's the Secure Cool Touch Precise Temperature 1.8 quart electric water kettle.
Smart.
Need it for your cups of tea in the morning, let me tell you. It comes with a quick boil button and features 8 heat settings for the perfect temperature that you like. Now, normally it's $60. We've got it for $29, saving 52%. And next, we've got the perfect item for listening to music while you're out and about on the go. It's the 2-pack Braven BRV 105 rugged portable Bluetooth speaker. And it's waterproof, and it lasts up to 8 hours on one charge.
Wow.
Incredible. So normally it's $100. We've got it $20 for 2. What? Saving 80%. Look how snazzy this is. It's the Aquasonic Complete Family Oral Care System. It's incredible. It's got everything you need for cleaning every inch of your mouth. It comes with a sonic toothbrush, oral irrigator, LED dental mirror. So normally this full kit is $150, but we've got it for $59, saving 61%. And then last but not least, I've got something that's really great for disinfecting your surfaces at home. We need that right now. It's the Total Vision Portable Rechargeable UV Sterilizer, so you can sanitize and sterilize your everyday items. So the UVC technology will destroy up to 99% of germs and bacteria. Now, normally it's $50, but we've got it for $19, which means our viewers save 62% on being squeaky clean.
This is fabulous. That's a great item.
Yes.
All right, guys, for all of these, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals, and you heard them, the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. I love those deals. And I was just saying to a Robert camera guy that speaker, the Braven, excuse me, is excellent, and I use it in the shower. So it is waterproof. I do want you guys to know we got some really interesting comments
What's Al? Why are you smiling like that?
Oh, I was just saying, like, honestly, I look at these products, like, I will wait for Tori to get done playing
I got it.
Scrabble on her phone.
I got it.
We're on live TV.
Sorry,
what are you doing?
What level
I found
of
it.
Candy
Okay.
Crush are you?
All right. Sandy from Facebook says legally, this is about Donald Trump. He doesn't have to concede. That's totally true. But January 20th is done no matter what. That's what I was saying. 12:01 on January 20th. It's over. He said if he didn't win, it was rigged. If he did win, it was going to be all good in his way to keep his base spun up and the country in turmoil. By the way, I said January 12th. That's my birthday. I was obviously thinking of myself.
Narcissist.
Yeah. Terry says they just need to have a total re-election. Rig says they've proved a lot of fraud. How can things just move on? Where is the justice? And Grace says it's a moot point. He doesn't have to concede. Biden is still president. It's true. It's just tradition. It just moves on. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.
We're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
With the swing states now certifying the election for Biden and the legal cases stalling, is it time for President Trump to concede, or should he keep on fighting? We want to know what you think, DBL Nation. Should people get paid to get the coronavirus vaccine? Why some experts think it may be the only way to get rid of the virus once and for all. Kelly Clarkson gets primary custody of her kids, but now her soon-to-be ex wants nearly $500,000 a month. Does he deserve it? And Australia's gay penguin power couple is making news again. Find out why a big congratulations is in order.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, December 1st. Can you believe it? I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Al, what are you drinking?
I have, I didn't realize how silly this looked, but I have like a little natural energy boost, and we had these glasses left over from when Michael Dean got married. So I'm drinking these.
Okay.
No one drank any champagne out of those, so like it was just, they're just fancy glasses. That's a man with a fancy glass.
That's your desk, though, that everyone puts that stuff on.
It is. I think you guys are trying to let me know something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
glad
how it
that you
happened
have
in office space.
I'm glad that you have some energy for us today, because
Yeah.
we're going to need it. Tori joining us from home. All right, let's get right to it, because here's the thing. We haven't talked about politics or the election for weeks, but that is for good reason, because we know it's really divides our viewers. It's divided people, this country, but it is important to talk about where we are now as a country, so hang with us. All 6 of the key battleground states have now certified their election results for Joe Biden, including Arizona. In fact, the Republican governor of Arizona, Doug Ducey, ignored a call from the president that he got during the press conference while he was certifying the vote. The president tweeted about it, asking, quote, "Why is he rushing to put a Democrat in office? What is going on with Doug Ducey? Republicans will long remember." This is now the second Republican governor that the president has criticized after they certified the election results. Meantime, none of the president's legal challenges alleging voter fraud have succeeded in changing the results. Now, while it is the president's right to pursue legal challenges, the question is, and we want to hear from you, DBL Nation, is it time for our president to concede? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Lots to think about. Tori, what do you make of this?
Well, first off, I want to be really clear with our audience that it doesn't matter, right? He doesn't have to concede for the transition of power to happen. On January 20th at noon, at 12:01, if President Trump is still trying to be there, he's essentially trespassing, and he will be escorted off the White House grounds. So this is all in tradition that people do this. And as we know, President Trump likes to act on the offensive no matter what the facts are. So he's going to push forward and push forward. I think what we aren't saying is how wonderful we handled this election in a terrible pandemic. We should give a round of applause to all of our workers who stepped it up and had the safest election, according to the head of the election committee, as well as I think we have to understand that the transfer of power in this country is not a Republican or a Democratic ideal. That is a wholly American tradition because it separates our country from all the other autocratic, cruel governments to say, in this country, the people voted and we go with the people. And guess what, guys? The votes were counted. The people voted. It's over.
But I don't, Tori, I'll push back on that a little bit. Now, I'll say it's not over for them. It's not over for them. What they see happening is the literal pushing out of the ideals that they wanted to see in their candidate. I think a lot of people that were pro-Trump, are pro-Trump, will forever be pro-Trump, is he's the first candidate that spoke like them and spoke to them. And the people that did not like him were also people that they did not like. So for them to see this happen and to see their last kind of bastion of hope, which is a recount or a misadding of votes going away, I think it's dang near traumatic for them. And I think that we need to understand.
It might be it might be traumatic, Al, but that's the truth. And at some point, someone has to say, red is red. 2 + 2 is 4. He didn't get the numbers. We've done all of the recounts. We've asked all the lawyers. No election lawyer will take the case. Every judge is tossing this out. Why? Because it isn't based in reality.
Tori, 2020, everybody's got their own truth.
Jeff, and then I want to read comments because there is actually, I feel like we're missing the conversation here. But go ahead,
I hear
Jeff.
what Tori's saying, totally, right? And I think a lot of people do too. But let me take a page out of Al Jackson's book and put it into an analogy.
Please.
You're going to like this, Al. Okay, let's say there's a football game and there's 140 million people at this football game, right? As you mentioned, Tori, there still is time left on the clock. Even though it looks like Biden's way ahead at this point, there's still time on the clock for Trump. So even though a lot of those people have left the stadium, millions and millions and millions of people, there are some Trump fans still there hanging on to see if they could pull off one last Hail Mary. If that was my team and it was the Chicago Bears out there, I would say, you know what? You don't give up till that clock hits 0-0-0. I think that's what Trump's doing, and I think that's what his supporters are doing.
Yeah, but I feel like, and I hear you 100% hear you.
No one thought that was a great analogy?
You didn't let me finish. I was going to say,
okay.
good job, Jeff.
I
was going to say your analogy is almost as good, if not better, than Al Jackson's. But I think what we're missing is we keep talking about these Trump supporters like they're not our family members, like they're not our viewers, like they're not our friends. We have to remember, even if I don't feel that way, even if I don't agree with some of our viewers, we need to hear from you. We need to have the conversation. We don't want to be The View. We don't want to be one-sided on Daily Blast Live. We want to have the same difficult conversations here at this table that you guys are having at your dinner tables. So how do we do that? Help me understand how you are feeling right now, because we want you represented at this table. So let me read some comments because you guys are writing in more than I feel like you've ever written in before. We have Philippe on Twitter saying it takes time to uncover all the fraud in the election. Give the president and his team time to uncover the evidence showing this was a rigged election. Leanne says Trump won 74 million popular votes. To simply cast aside all those people and say they are crazy is a big mistake. And Linda says, I am a Trump supporter, but at some point, this is to Tori's point, we have to face facts that he's not going to win. Sadly, the votes just aren't there for him. So how do we make sense of this, right? Because we have three, or you think about the Republican governors who are representing those states in question, right? Who voted for Trump, who support that party, but at the end of the day, they have verified and they have certified that their states have legally and justly voted for Biden. But then how do we somehow make the American people, the half of our country, half of our viewers, half of our family members, if you want to make it personal, feel heard and feel like that they have not been robbed?
I think my analogy was amazing, and I think I think a lot of people have left the stadium, so to speak, right? They're moving on with their lives. They're accepting the fate that's coming. But for the Trump side of people, they're like, there is still some fight left, even though it seems totally there's no way you could win this game. They want people, Trump wants people, the Trump people want him to put in every single thing in his rights, which is legal, till that clock hits 000. As Tori mentioned, there's still time. If 11:59 comes of that date, Tori, and Trump says, you know what, I concede now because I'm out of time, then we just have to wait to see how this plays out.
And I hope that we can all come together. I really do. I know that sounds like rose-colored glasses, but I really do. 72% of you believe it is time for Trump to concede. We will continue this conversation hopefully at another time, but let's switch gears here. We have some cute news about a couple of gay penguins who are now second-time dads. Sven and Magic are two well-known residents at the Sydney Aquarium. They've been together for years, and they just adopted a second chick from a heterosexual pair of penguins. They raised their first adopted chick, Lara, back in 2018. I love this. And Al, we had the gay penguins here in Denver at the Denver Zoo. And, it just goes to show that,
But do we know that they're gay,
yes.
Sam?
Yes.
What if they're just trying to keep warm?
No.
And who's pushing children on them? What if they don't want children?
Oh. No, the other penguins gave up their chick. They abandoned their chick, which happens in nature, and therefore Sven and Magic said, come on over.
I don't know if they said come on over. I think they opened the gate and they pushed the little baby in there. And Sven is like, I'm trying to enjoy my golden years.
Sven and Magic, first of all, Sven, brilliant name because that's from Frozen.
Great
and they're
name.
penguins. They live in the ice. The fact you said, how do we know that they're...
I think they just saw the kid and they were just like, oh, another thing to keep me warm.
No, here's the thing. Love is a universal language. You don't have to speak penguin. You don't have to speak English, Al.
They speak warm.
Love is a universal language.
But they don't speak it, Sam, which kind of kills your point.
No.
They just stare and waddle.
No, oh, honey, that's not true.
What else do penguins do?
Let me put it like this real fast. What if there were two gay penguins in a stadium, right? And they were playing each other.
Oh, my gosh. Look at him with his analogies. Tori, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Kelly Clarkson's ex is demanding more than $400,000 a month. Can you believe that? In their divorce settlement? But should he get it? What do you think? Plus, Felicity Huffman's TV return. We're talking about her first role since serving time in the college admissions scandal, and dramatic rescues caught on camera, from one on the high seas to a hiker airlifted from a mountain. It's heroism in action.
The text reads, important. Susan, Amazon apologizes. Our gift to you is this MacBook Pro. Fill in your details so we can ship it to you right away. It includes a link. Susan DiMucci says she took the bait.
And it takes you to a Google blank page, as if you were going to do a Google search. That's all you get.
Susan asked us to verify whether the offer was real. Our source for this is Amazon. A spokesperson responded to our inquiry. No, this isn't real.
When you first see a so familiar name, you think, oh, yeah, fine, I know them. And I believed it.
Amazon has a special section on its website dedicated to scams and how to identify whether a phone call or text is from them. The company warns scammers generally follow a common pattern. They connect with a victim by phone, email, or social media and create a sense of urgency. Then they ask for some sort of gift card or processing payment. Amazon warns they will never ask you for your personal information like social security number, tax ID, or bank account information, or to make a payment from a third-party website, or for remote access to your device. So we can verify this Amazon giveaway is fake.
I should have known better.
If you get a suspicious message from someone claiming to be with Amazon, they want to know about it. You can visit their website to file a complaint. I'm Cheryl Mercedes with your Verify.
Welcome back to DBL. We've got a couple of caught-on-camera rescues to show you. So up first, this Florida man was rescued Sunday morning. He was found 86 miles off the coast of Florida after his boat capsized. He had gone missing Friday night. He had clung to the bow of his ship for hours, waiting and hoping to be rescued. Here's what he told the Coast Guard about how it all went down.
I didn't see anybody. I thought it was, this is it. And then I saw container vessel in the distance, and I don't have my glasses. I couldn't see if it was coming to me or not, but I began waving and took my shirt off and waved at her periodically. And in the course of a half an hour, it seemed to get closer, and he saw me, and he would radio in my location. So, excuse me, somebody could come and pick me up. Over.
Can you imagine? He looks like a captain, first and foremost.
I spotted that fake beard a mile away.
What?
You don't
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He looks like Castaway getting out of the
really
water.
Does.
I mean,
You know, he couldn't move on that bow at all. He said if he were to have moved during the time, like the 26 hours or whatever that he was out in sea, he thinks that boat would have capsized. So he had to stay in one position the entire time. Okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I mean,
I was speechless because imagine what your mind goes through. What are you thinking every single second? Like, shark, I'm starving. Like, I can't imagine.
Wait till you see this one. Let's see how we would fend if this happened to us. A hiker was rescued after he slipped and fell, and then a boulder fell on top of him, trapping him underneath. The 48-year-old man waited for 12 hours to get rescued. So this is what happened. He used a penknife to get his phone. He then dug his way out from under the rock. He had gone hiking looking for his missing drone. How do you think you would fend for yourself in that situation, Al?
I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
I'm telling you, I'd have been like, it's been a good run. I shouldn't have been out here. And this is, I would just be thinking about my couch the whole time, Jeff. Like, why'd you get off the couch?
Listen, I think people underestimate what your mind and human body could go through, right? And I think in any of those situations you're not ready for, but your will to survive will get you through. That's what's incredible about all these stories. It's like, what do you do in those moments, right? Do you just Al Jackson it?
Yeah.
Or do you
do the
fight?
Nestea plunge, right? I'm done.
No, you're gonna fight, Al.
Al,
You're gonna
I
fight.
know for a fact all it would take is for you to think of your 3 children, and you would immediately take out a hacksaw if you had one.
A hacksaw?
Conveniently.
Well, I'm thinking about.
I wouldn't even know where to go to buy a hacksaw, much less what they look like and what you use them for.
A Swiss Army knife. You would take out a Swiss Army knife. You would remove your finger if you had to. You would do exactly what you would need to do.
I don't know if I can cut my finger off.
Would you fish with your finger?
No, I wouldn't. Look, I wouldn't be out there. Anything that requires an orange helicopter to come pick you up, you should not be out there. That is an orange helicopter situation. I will not be out there. I'll be texting with Jeff about how bad the Bears are playing and how worried I am about the Browns.
Jeff,
that's where I'll be.
That's where you'll be. I know that you would full on take out that Swiss Army knife and you would remove a finger.
Would.
You would survive.
You would remove a finger,
right? You would too. You
in
would survive. You'd find a way.
I would, in a heartbeat, remove a finger. I think of my
I think you would do that even if you didn't have to. They'd be like, "Why'd you cut your finger off? Your leg was caught." You're like, "I think it makes good fodder."
Okay, coming up on DBL, Oscar-nominated actress Ellen Page is living their truth. They have come out as transgender. Elliot Page. I cannot wait to hear his story. And our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, breaks down the coronavirus vaccine and who should get it first.
Me.
Welcome back to DBL. With Thanksgiving behind us, many are wondering what its impact will be on the pandemic. Well, Dr. Payal Kohli joining us live. So, doctor, millions traveled despite recommendations not to. Now we are bracing for possible COVID-19 surges. Is there anything we can do right now to lessen the consequences?
You know, there's no doubt in my mind, Sam, that we did a lot of damage this weekend. Millions and millions of us got exposed to the vaccine, exposed to the virus and interacted with each other. But the good news is there's still the possibility of really good damage control this week, because part of that surge is not just going to come from what happened over the weekend. It's going to come from our behavior this week, because if we were exposed to it, we might be spreading it to other people. So I really have to beg those that traveled or those that gathered over the weekend to really do the right thing right now, which is to stay home for 14 days and self-quarantine. And if that 14-day quarantine is not possible, then go get tested this weekend on day 7 so that you can at least be a little bit more sure that you're not spreading the infection to others.
Now, Doc, we're hearing so much about vaccines these days, and we're getting really close. So once we do get to that stage, is there one vaccine that we should look for rather than another?
Yeah, this is a problem of having too many good choices here, Jeff. So there are pros and cons to lots of the different vaccines. So let's talk about those. So Pfizer and Moderna are the 2 mRNA vaccines. So that's the new technology. They're highly efficacious, up to 95% in clinical trials, but they're expensive to make and they're difficult to transport. So those are going to be the challenges. On the other hand, the AstraZeneca vaccine has a lower efficacy rate of about 70% on average, but it's a DNA mRNA vaccine, which has been around for decades, so we have a lot of good long-term safety data. It's cheaper to make and much easier to transport. So, you know, risks and benefits, advantages and disadvantages, but overall, the take-home message is get a vaccine. It really doesn't matter which one, but get the vaccine because they're not going to work at all if all of us do not get them.
Hey, Doc, do you think it's a good idea to pay people to get the vaccine just to kick things off?
Well, you know, this is an ethical dilemma. You're absolutely right about that. But I honestly feel like it's okay because, number one, you're motivating people to do the right thing, which is, you know, to not only protect themselves, but to protect others. And number two, like I just said, it won't work until at least 70% of us have developed immunity, which means we need to vaccinate more than 70% of people. And we know that in an average year, people only like 35% of people will get the flu vaccine. So we really do need to motivate each other. And I think money is the best motivator on earth.
All right. Well, Doc, they skipped my question, which is fine. I just wanted to address the fact that I heard that you made some Indian food for some host members here, and my house was skipped. So you will be receiving a text in about 35 seconds.
She's phenomenal.
No, you're coming. Yours is coming. They were the pilot run. You're going to be the actual real deal.
Okay, so they were the guinea pigs. I like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like
it was all safe. She dropped it off on the front doorstep, no contact, and it was fabulous. I love you, Doctor. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
Thanks,
Love
Doc.
you guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, and of course, they are all about Trump. Okay, so we have Kathy on Facebook saying he needs to concede. His lies about fraud are dangerous to our democracy. Terry says, keep fighting, Mr. President. Lynn says, good for those governors. Integrity matters, and so does following the law. And Linda on Facebook says, Jeff's analogy didn't make sense. This is not a football game.
Linda, wow, a double. That's what I hear in my nightmares, these two in my ears.
I thought it made perfect sense. You stay until the fight is done. That's what he's doing. That's what
the fight's
Tori, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying our democracy isn't a game. At the end, you all shake hands and you move on and nothing really happens. This is the shape of our political future, and I think that laws matter.
I think him starting his post-presidency life, he needs to go out like he started, fighting for the people. Remember, he's always doubled down for his base. He's never apologized, and his base loves that. And he needs to be consistent with his brand on his way in and on his way out.
But he shouldn't lie to his base. He should stop lying to his base. It's over.
That's a whole different convo.
All right, if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. Kelly Clarkson's ex wants an arm and a leg in their divorce settlement, and Felicity Huffman lands her first role since the college admissions scandal. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back. I loved your analogy, Jeff.
Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Tori joining us from home. Let's get right to it. Ellen Page, star of the Netflix hit show The Umbrella Academy, has revealed he is transgender. The actor made the announcement on Twitter and said his name is now Elliot Page. In a lengthy post, Elliot wrote he goes by the pronouns he and they, and said while he is grateful he can be his authentic self, he is also scared by the hate and violence many trans people face. Elliot rose to fame with the Oscar-winning film Juno. He is married and came out as gay in 2014. Wow. Al, what do you make of this announcement?
I think it's a beautiful thing. I see somebody living their truth. And I mean, you think about how you just naturally identify and what you're attracted to, who you want to fall in love with. And if you're part of the mainstream, that's accepted. Jeff, you met Jordan. Here's a great big hug for your parents. We're proud. We love her. Sam, you met Mark. What a great guy. What if the person that you loved, the person that you felt like inside, was going to be rejected by a large part of the populace. The heart that it takes to come out and be honest with who you are, even though you know you're going to face backlash, I think is 1,000 times more courageous than somebody like me that was like, I'm in love with this woman. And everybody's like, great, let's get dinner.
Yeah,
you know?
I think just be happy. Whatever makes your heart happy, especially in 2020, I think you could pursue that, right? My thing with this whole Elliot thing is that I feel like I'm almost walking a tightrope because I'm not educated in this department, and I don't want to insult anybody by saying he or they or whatever the pronouns are. So I'm getting used to this. You know, I think in 2020 it's a question that a lot of people are getting used to, but I think it's going to become the norm, and we're all going to educate ourselves. But like I said, in the end, just be happy.
That's what's up.
I love that you said that, and I love that you called out that for many people out there, there might be a learning curve, and that is totally okay. And I hope that nobody feels ashamed and not wanting to educate themselves because they are too afraid to not delve into the education matter of that. Tori, what I really appreciate from Elliot's point of view is if you read his I don't know what you call it, his post or his announcement,
letter,
so to speak. Yeah, his letter. He really pointed to the fact that, you know, that trans people, especially trans women of color, are the most marginalized and the most
assaulted.
Not only assaulted, but assaulted number one, but also they have the highest likelihood of suicide and attempted suicide because of the ostracization, because of the stigma, because of the discrimination. So I love that he is already making it his mission, not only to live his truth, but to speak, to educate the masses. So hopefully that can save lives.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's easy to talk about, oh, that must be scary, oh, that must be hard, but to fear for your life every day is a real thing for a lot of trans people, and especially people of color who are trans, and not a lot of people know that. And I'm glad our show is saying that, and what a great representative he's being, and has always been for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, good on him. Okay, so Kelly Clarkson's divorce is getting messier. The singer's soon-to-be ex-husband is seeking $436,000
Stop it.
a month, you guys, in child and spousal support. This comes after a judge granted Kelly primary custody of their two kids. If approved, her ex would receive more than $5 million a year. You said stop it, Al. So is this not reasonable?
I think it makes sense.
This is not why these laws were created, and I don't know why they have not been fixed. It usually used to be kind of just rich men complaining about getting destroyed in a divorce, but I think more and more we're just starting to see that these are bad contracts. This is a bad contract, and for somebody to just go out and see what they can get, and for somebody to be able to do this under the law, there is no rational person that thinks that another person needs $436,000 a month per month, Tori. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy town.
I'll tell you why. First of all, you don't always end up with what you start. For negotiation, you ask for a lot, and then you guys come down to sort of a middle. So this is normal. But what the law says is that when you divorce, you should have what it was like as it was in your marriage.
Well, that's ridiculous,
if a woman got divorced,
is what I'm saying. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
But he helped create Kelly Clarkson. He was there for her behind the scenes, and do you not think he deserves to live the life that he's accustomed to?
Great job. Oh, she's the one that did everything. What's he in the green room drinking seltzer water and waiting to get the check? What is he? He's not a vocal coach.
Al, you don't know that.
If these are two people, like Jeff and Jordan have a YouTube channel together. They both have their own careers. If they were, I don't even want to put that in the universe. Hypothetically, you know, if they at least they both worked on their career together. They built that page together. That should be split equally. But if I, as a comic, marry somebody, I've been on the road for 10 years. I don't see why if I marry somebody for a year, they get half of that in perpetuity. I don't understand that.
She's raising your children, or he's doing the housework. That's exactly what happens.
$463,000 a month worth of housework. That's a lot of house.
Yeah, I agree with Al on this one. I agree that there should be support, of course, spousal support, especially if you're taking care of the children or half taking care of the children, or you're used to a certain livelihood.
I'm sorry, is he in a Craftmatic adjustable bed, Sam? He can get up and work.
$500,000 a month to me is insane.
Al, you know who his mom is?
Who?
Reba McEntire.
Is he?
No. Yeah.
What? Oh,
No,
I'm super done with this.
Whoa, all right.
Stop it.
Okay.
She got all that Reba money.
All right.
Tori, say it.
He.
Okay.
I wanted Tori's Reba.
Oh, Tori, give us a Reba before we go to the next story.
I don't know if I should because I'm Reba.
Okay. All right. Felicity Huffman has scored her first acting role since being released from prison. Felicity will star in an ABC comedy based on the life of a woman who inherited a AAA baseball franchise after her husband passed away. You'll remember Felicity, of course, spent 11 days behind bars for her involvement in the college admissions scandal. Meantime, Lori Loughlin is still serving her sentence in federal prison. She's expected to be released later this month. Jeff, what do you make of Felicity's comeback? Do you think she should get a second chance?
I guess this is what everybody predicted, right? Because she kind of took it on the chin, so to speak, and just went along with it with her hands up. And so they're like, people were saying she might get her career back. Hollywood is very fickle, let me tell you that, right? It's an inside job, Hollywood. So if you think a certain way or have certain ideologies, you're in. And if you don't, you're out. So if people are like, if you hire Lori Loughlin, you're going to be in big trouble when she comes out. She's in big trouble if Hollywood gets the sniff of that.
Jeff, I'm telling you.
Whatever it is, that smell of Hollywood.
Jeff, I think Hollywood knows what America wants, and America wants a comeback story. Let's not forget, Charlie Sheen was in the stratosphere, and he got another show after his wildness. What's the name? Iron Man. Who's the guy that plays
Robert
that?
Downey Jr.
Right, yes. In the 80s, he had some problems. Let's just leave it at that. And now he's arguably one of the most popular people ever. Everybody wants a comeback story. This is recent. People will be on our side.
Everybody wants a comeback story if you take accountability, to Jeff's point.
Which she did.
Because she took accountability, I'm rooting for her. I'm not rooting for Lori Loughlin because she did not take accountability. She was literally had to be sentenced in order for her to do her time. So, hey, Felicity Huffman, I really hope that you not only do you have a comeback, but somehow you become an advocate for some of the things that you once perpetrated against. And we do have an update. Reba is the ex-stepmom of Kelly Clarkson's soon-to-be ex-husband. Does that now make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So just wanted to correct that. Just got that correction in my ear. Okay.
Well, who yelled it in my ear just to say that?
Okay. Comedian Ross Matthews has revealed a pretty dramatic weight loss. Ross posted this pic on Instagram saying, whoa, look at him, you guys. He lost 50 pounds. And he says since June, he decided to reclaim his health after his mom passed away. He also said he had dropped 70 pounds from his all-time highest weight. But is Gwyneth Paltrow, many of you are wondering behind it, back in 2011, Ross told People magazine that when he was 220 pounds, Gwyneth urged him to go on Jenny Craig. She pointed at his stomach and said, quote, "What's going on here? I love you, but get it together." Yikes.
That's a tough love.
That's not urging. That's bullying. I don't think that's funny at all. I think she stinks.
Oh, wow. First of all, don't come at GP like that. Second of all, it's all in the relationship that you have with the person that is saying it. I have a friend of mine that'll send me texts like, he sent me one on Thanksgiving and it made me work out. He was like, all right, fat boy,
no,
let's go.
Rude.
Let's go hit the gym. That's how you discuss things, but not with regular people. I'm saying it's your relationship.
No.
Some people could say that.
You don't point to someone's stomach, I'm with Tori, and say, what's going on here?
They did it to the Pillsbury Doughboy and he blew up after that.
That's a fictional character. Jeff, what do you make of this? I know you like tough love.
Listen, I do like tough love. I don't approve of this in any way, but you have to take some things, insults, failures, whatever they are in your life, and turn them into a positive. Ross is obviously still thinking about that. It was 8 years ago, and it still impacts him, which impacted his workouts in some sense, I think. So that schoolyard bully that you're talking about, Tori, people who told you can't make it, get out of here, you're never going to do it, those are inspirations to me. All those people I want to prove wrong, even though I'll never give them the justification of saying you are, but those people are the reason why I fight every day to get where I'm at.
Could Jordan say that to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, 100%.
I would be so upset
but
if my
Mark
husband pointed to my stomach and poked my stomach and said, what's going on here? I would be so pissed. I'll keep it 100.
Okay.
Tori, how would you feel?
Scared me just saying that. My God.
I mean, first of all, I don't. Brooks would never ever attempt that.
Mark would never
But
either.
the one thing that really. But here's what really got me was what's going on here is something like, hey, do you need to work on this? What got me was get it together. Really? that's the way you're gonna, and I get what Jeff's saying too, like that probably motivated him, but I also just think that that's a really cruel thing to say to a friend, and I just don't think that's very nice.
I wonder if it's the difference between men and women. Interesting. Okay, so we want to give a big DBL shout out to friend of the show, Mean Girls actor Jonathan Bennett, because guess what, guys? He got engaged. Jonathan's fiance James surprised him during a Christmas card photo shoot by getting down on one knee. Jonathan told People magazine as soon as he realized he was being proposed to, he began to ugly cry. The ugliest cry anyone has ever cried. We wish them both the best. Tori, you two are pretty close. Did you know about this?
Yeah, and I just knew he was waiting and waiting and waiting, so I'm so happy for him and he and James. And the rings look gorgeous, and mazel tov to them both.
Yay.
That's my man.
Coming up on DBL, inside an animal shelter that's changing the lives of our furry friends. Do not miss this very special Heart Threads. That is coming up next. Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is about the story of an animal shelter that rescued one puppy and transformed itself in the process, proving that a little bit of love goes a long way. Take a look.
A dog who recovered from abuse is now helping dozens of shelter animals. Calvin, just a puppy then, was found near death. Friends Animal Shelter took Calvin in, and Allison Chioradio fostered him. Donations poured in to help Calvin's recovery. The shelter was able to use the proceeds to completely make over a room.
They always had to be in a crate, unsanitary. As much as you clean it, it's never clean enough because it wasn't sealed properly.
The donations allowed them to switch out the crates and make improvements.
Just having the use of the room brings me great joy because now you can open up the door and they can play around.
Although Calvin still deals with some health challenges, his recovery is remarkable. Just like Calvin, the shelter hopes to continue improving and one day be crate-free.
He's been a little miracle here, and everyone just fell in love with him and his whole story.
Yay, that makes me so happy. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet holiday deals. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. Here's DBL's Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie Jones?
Tori, I have got some amazing products and deals that you are going to love. So first, we've got something that's needed in every kitchen. It's the Secure Cool Touch Precise Temperature 1.8 quart electric water kettle.
Smart.
Need it for your cups of tea in the morning, let me tell you. It comes with a quick boil button and features 8 heat settings for the perfect temperature that you like. Now it holds over 7 cups of water, it's BPA free, and it holds heat for 4 hours. And it's cordless for an easy to carry to the patio or the backyard fire pit, you know, anywhere in the house. Love it. Now, normally it's $60. We've got it for $29, saving 52%.
I love that. I'm also getting into tea because of you, and I think this is a brilliant choice.
Oh, yes, Tori. You can come over for a cuppa anytime. Yes. It's so good. I love it. And next, we've got the perfect item for listening to music while you're out and about on the go. It's the 2-pack Bravin BRV 105 rugged portable Bluetooth speaker. It's small but mighty, and this speaker packs serious volume into a portable size, and it's got an internal speakerphone for hands-free calls with your smartphone. I mean, how clever is that? And it's waterproof, and it lasts up to 8 hours on one charge.
Wow.
Incredible. So normally it's $100. We've got it $20 for 2. What? Saving 80%.
Okay, I have this. I'll be super honest. Full disclosure, I own this and I listen to it in my shower.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome, and it's way better than the ones that you hear that are real tinny.
What do you sing when you're in the shower, Tori?
Maybe a little Shake It Off from Taylor.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Like, yeah, get one of those and be like Tori, more singing in the shower. Okay, also, talking of like bathrooms, keeping clean, we all need a clean mouth and we want the dentist to stay away, am I right? Okay, so this, look how snazzy this is the Aquasonic Complete Family Oral Care System. It's incredible. It's got everything you need for cleaning every inch of your mouth. It comes with a sonic toothbrush, oral irrigator, LED dental mirror. And it has 4 color-coded brush heads for the entire family to use with an organization base. So normally this full kit is $150, but we've got it for $59,
yes,
saving 61%.
That's so good. And any way to stay away from the dentist, I have a fear. Sorry, dentists.
Oh no, it's all. I think we're all in the same boat,
Yes,
Tori.
yes.
Definitely. And then last but not least, I've got something that's really great for disinfecting your surfaces at home. We need that right now. It's the Total Vision Portable Rechargeable UV Sterilizer, so you can sanitize and sterilize your everyday items with this rechargeable portable sterilizer. So the UVC technology will destroy up to 99% of germs and bacteria. It's lightweight, so it's perfect for when you're on the go to use on your phone or your computer, anywhere where you want to be safe. Now, normally it's $50, but we've got it for $19, which means our viewers save 62% on being squeaky clean, Tori.
That's great. And right now, I want to sanitize everything, like
Everything.
the ATMs, the doorknobs, the credit cards. This is fabulous. That's a great item.
Yes.
All right, guys, for all of these, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals. And you heard them, the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
DBL. Legal expert Dan Abrams weighs in on the debate over no-knock warrants in the wake of Breonna Taylor's death.
I don't, in my personal opinion, think it's worth the risk.
And a shocking nursing home death. Did staff ignore a dying man's pleas for help? The hidden camera footage in True Crime Chronicles, only on DBL.
All right, welcome back to DBL. Sorry, I'm laughing about something that Al just said. Before we go,
you're laughing at me. Tell the
no,
you're laughing
I'm
at me.
laughing with you. Before we go, we've got a video that perfectly sums up 2020. A man was biking along the lakefront trail in Chicago when a giant wave came and hit him, pinning him against the wall. The whole thing nearly took him out, but luckily,
Get that
the man
bike.
was able to grab his bike before another wave took it.
That's why they call it Lakeshore Drive.
That's right.
That's right there.
Wow.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. First of all, Chicago, you must get goosebumps just seeing that picture.
It brings back some old memories. I feel like that was a different Jeff. You know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely. Miami Al is different than Denver Al. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, LA Sam's different than Denver Sam.
LA Sam, I like that.
Otherwise known as Tequila Sam sometimes.
There we are. All right.
Lots changed.
Feel like we need to do another hour on
A
that.
lot's changed. Holly on Facebook says these are all comments in regard to Kelly Clarkson. He wants to stay on the ranch and have her support him. He's a talent manager. He can support himself. Did you know, Tori, not only did he represent her, but he represents Blake Shelton. So he's got some major money.
Well, they were both on The Voice, and I know it's going to get awkward. She has not said why she divorced him, and it's a big secret here. I'd love to know.
And then Heather really quickly says she was an idol and was doing well for herself before they were married, and she will still be awesome without him.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Tori. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
With the swing states now certifying the election for Biden and the legal cases stalling, is it time for President Trump to concede, or should he keep on fighting? We want to know what you think, DBL Nation. Should people get paid to get the coronavirus vaccine? Why some experts think it may be the only way to get rid of the virus once and for all. Kelly Clarkson gets primary custody of her kids, but now her soon-to-be ex wants nearly $500,000 a month. Does he deserve it? And Australia's gay penguin power couple is making news again. Find out why a big congratulations is in order.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, December 1st. Can you believe it? I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Al, what are you drinking?
I have, I didn't realize how silly this looked, but I have like a little natural energy boost, and we had these glasses left over from when Michael Dean got married. So I'm drinking these. Okay. No one drank any champagne out of those, so like it was just, they're just fancy glasses. Just a man with a fancy glass.
That's your desk, though, that everyone puts that stuff on.
It is. I think you guys are trying to let me know something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's how it
glad
happened in office space.
I'm glad that you have some energy for us today, because we're going to need it. Tori joining us from home. All right, let's get right to it, because here's the thing. We haven't talked about politics or the election for weeks, but that is for good reason, because we know it's really divides our viewers. It's divided people, this country, but it is important to talk about where we are now as a country, so hang with us. All 6 of the key battleground states have now certified their election results for Joe Biden, including Arizona. In fact, the Republican governor of Arizona, Doug Ducey, ignored a call from the president that he got during the press conference while he was certifying the vote. The president tweeted about it, asking, quote, "Why is he rushing to put a Democrat in office? What is going on with Doug Ducey? Republicans will long remember." This is now the 2nd Republican governor that the president has criticized after they certified the election results. Meantime, none of the president's legal challenges alleging voter fraud have succeeded in changing the results. Now, while it is the president's right to pursue legal challenges, the question is, and we want to hear from you, DBL Nation, is it time for our president to concede? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Lots to think about. Tori, what do you make of this?
Well, first off, I want to be really clear with our audience that it doesn't matter, right? He doesn't have to concede for the transition of power to happen. On January 20th at noon, at 12:01, if President Trump is still trying to be there, he's essentially trespassing, and he will be escorted off the White House grounds. So this is all in tradition that people do this. And as we know, President Trump likes to act on the offensive no matter what the facts are. So he's going to push forward and push forward. I think what we aren't saying is how wonderful we handled this election in a terrible pandemic. We should give a round of applause to all of our workers who stepped it up and had the safest election, according to the head of the election committee, as well as I think we have to understand that the transfer of power in this country is not a Republican or a Democratic ideal. That is a wholly American tradition, because it separates our country from all the other autocratic, cruel governments to say, in this country, the people voted and we go with the people. And guess what, guys? The votes were counted. The people voted. It's over.
But I don't, Tori, I'll push back on that a little bit, and I'll say it's not over for them. It's not over for them. What they see happening is the literal pushing out of the ideals that they wanted to see in their candidate. I think a lot of people that were pro-Trump, are pro-Trump, will forever be pro-Trump, is he's the first candidate that spoke like them and spoke to them. And the people that did not like him were also people that they did not like. So for them to see this happen and to see their last kind of bastion of hope, which is a recount or a misadding of votes, going away, I think it's dang near traumatic for them. And I think that we need to understand.
It might be it might be traumatic, Al, but that's the truth. And at some point, someone has to say, red is red. 2 + 2 is 4. He didn't get the numbers. We've done all of the recounts. We've asked all the lawyers. No election lawyer will take the case. Every judge is tossing this out. Why? Because it isn't based in reality.
Tori, in 2020, everybody's got their own truth.
Jeff, and then I want to read comments, because there is actually, I feel like we're missing the conversation here. But go ahead,
I hear
Jeff.
what Tori's saying, totally, right? And I think a lot of people do too. But let me take a page out of Al Jackson's book and put it into an analogy.
Please.
You're going to like this, Al. Okay, let's say there's a football game and there's 140 million people at this football game, right? As you mentioned, Tori, there still is time left on the clock. Even though it looks like Biden's way ahead at this point, there's still time on the clock for Trump. So even though a lot of those people have left the stadium, millions and millions and millions of people, there are some Trump fans still there hanging on to see if they could pull off one last Hail Mary. If that was my team and it was the Chicago Bears out there, I would say, you know what? You don't give up till that clock hits 0, 0, 0. I think that's what Trump's doing, and I think that's what his supporters are doing.
Yeah, but I feel like, and I hear you, 100% hear you.
No one thought that was a great analogy?
You didn't let me finish. I was going to say,
okay.
Good job,
Just
Jeff. I was going to say, your analogy is almost as good, if not better, than Al Jackson's. But I think what we're missing is we keep talking about these Trump supporters like they're not our family members, like they're not our viewers, like they're not our friends. We have to remember, even if I don't feel that way, even if I don't agree with some of our viewers, we need to hear from you. We need to have the conversation. We don't want to be The View. We don't want to be one-sided on Daily Blast Live. We want to have the same difficult conversations here at this table that you guys are having at your dinner tables. So how do we do that? Help me understand how you are feeling right now, because we want you represented at this table. So let me read some comments, because you guys are writing in more than I feel like you've ever written in before. We have Philippe on Twitter saying it takes time to uncover all the fraud in the election. Give the president and his team time to uncover the evidence showing this was a rigged election. Leanne says Trump won 74 million popular votes. To simply cast aside all those people and say they are crazy is a big mistake. And Linda says, I am a Trump supporter, but at some point, this is to Tori's point, we have to face facts that he's not going to win. Sadly, the votes just aren't there for him. So how do we make sense of this, right? Because we have three, or you think about the Republican governors who are representing those states in question, right? Who voted for Trump, who support that party, but at the end of the day, they have verified and they have certified that their states have legally and justly voted for Biden. But then how do we somehow make the American people, the half of our country, half of our viewers, half of our family members, if you want to make it personal, feel heard and feel like that they have not been robbed?
I think my analogy was amazing, and I think I think a lot of people have left the stadium, so to speak, right? They're moving on with their lives. They're accepting the fate that's coming. But for the Trump side of people, they're like, there is still some fight left, even though it seems totally there's no way you could win this game. They want people, Trump wants people, the Trump people want him to put in every single thing with in his rights, which is legal, till that clock hits 000. As Tori mentioned, there's still time. If 11:59 comes of that date, Tori, and Trump says, you know what, I concede now because I'm out of time, then we just have to wait to see how this plays out.
And I hope that we can all come together. I really do. I know that sounds like rose-colored glasses, but I really do. 72% of you believe it is time for Trump to concede. We will continue this conversation hopefully at another time, but let's switch gears here. We have some cute news about a couple of gay penguins who are now second-time dads. Sven and Magic are two well-known residents at the Sydney Aquarium. They've been together for years, and they just adopted a second chick from a heterosexual pair of penguins. They raised their first adopted chick, Lara, back in 2018. I love this. And Al, you know, we had the gay penguins here in Denver at the Denver Zoo. And, you know, it just goes to show that, you know.
But do we know that they're gay,
yes.
Sam?
Yes.
What if they're just trying to keep warm?
No.
And who's pushing children on them? What if they don't want children?
Oh. No, the other penguins gave up their chick. They abandoned their chick, which happens in nature, and therefore Sven and Magic said, come on over.
I don't know if they said come on over. I think they opened the gate and they pushed the little baby in there. And Sven is like, I'm trying to enjoy my golden years.
Sven and Magic, first of all, Sven, brilliant name because that's from Frozen.
Great.
And they're penguins. They live in the ice. The fact you said, how do we know that they're...
I think they just saw the kid and they were just like, oh, another thing to keep me warm.
No, here's the thing. Love is a universal language. You don't have to speak Penguin. You don't have to speak English, Al.
They speak warm.
Love is a universal language.
But they don't speak it, Sam, which kind of kills your point.
No.
They just stare and waddle.
No, oh, honey, that's not true.
What else do penguins do?
Let me put it like this real fast. What if there were two gay penguins in a stadium, right? And they were playing each other.
Oh, my gosh. Look at him with his analogies. Tori, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Kelly Clarkson's ex is demanding more than $400,000 a month. Can you believe that? In their divorce settlement? But should he get it? What do you think? Plus, Felicity Huffman's TV return. We're talking about her first role since serving time in the college admissions scandal, and dramatic rescues caught on camera, from one on the high seas to a hiker airlifted from a mountain. It's heroism in action.
see yourself.
Welcome back to DBL. We've got a couple of caught on camera rescues to show you. So up first, this Florida man was rescued Sunday morning. He was found 86 miles off the coast of Florida after his boat capsized. He had gone missing Friday night. He had clung to the bow of his ship for hours, waiting and hoping to be rescued. Here's what he told the Coast Guard about how it all went down.
I didn't see anybody. I thought it was, this is it. And then I saw container vessel in the distance, and I don't have my glasses. I couldn't see if it was coming to me or not, but I began waving and took my shirt off and waved periodically. And in the course of a half an hour, it seemed to get closer, and he saw me, and he would radio in my location. So, excuse me, somebody could come and pick me up. Over.
Can you imagine? He looks like a captain, first and foremost.
I spotted that fake beard a mile away.
What?
You don't
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He looks like Castaway getting out of the water.
Does.
I mean,
you know, he couldn't move on that bow at all. He said if he were to have moved during the time, like the 26 hours or whatever that he was out in sea, he thinks that boat would have capsized. So he had to stay in one position the entire time. Okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I mean,
I was speechless because imagine what your mind goes through. What are you thinking every single second? Like, shark, I'm starving. Like, I can't imagine.
Wait till you see this one. Let's see how we would fend if this happened to us. A hiker was rescued after he slipped and fell, and then a boulder fell on top of him, trapping him underneath. The 48-year-old man waited for 12 hours to get rescued. So this is what happened. He used a penknife to get his phone. He then dug his way out from under the rock. He had gone hiking looking for his missing drone. How do you think you would fend for yourself in that situation, Al?
I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
I'm telling you, I'd have been like, it's been a good run. I shouldn't have been out here. And this is, I would just be thinking about my couch the whole time, Jeff. Why'd you get off the couch?
Listen, I think people underestimate what your mind and human body could go through, right? And I think in any of those situations you're not ready for, but your will to survive will get you through. That's what's incredible about all these stories. It's like, what do you do in those moments, right? Do you just Al Jackson it?
Yeah.
Or do you
I'm gonna do the
fight?
Nestea plunge, right? I'm
No,
done.
you're gonna fight, Al.
Al,
You're gonna
I
fight.
know for a fact all it would take is for you to think of your 3 children, and you would immediately take out a hacksaw if you had one.
A hacksaw?
Conveniently.
Well, I'm thinking about.
I wouldn't even know where to go to buy a hacksaw, much less what they look like and what you use them for.
A Swiss Army knife. You would take out a Swiss Army knife. You would remove your finger if you had to. You would do exactly what you would need to do.
I don't know if I can cut my finger off.
Would you fish with your finger?
No, I wouldn't. Look, I wouldn't be out there. Anything that requires an orange helicopter to come pick you up, you should not be out there. That is an orange helicopter situation. I will not be out there. I'll be texting with Jeff about how bad the Bears are playing and how worried I am about the Browns.
Jeff,
that's where I'll be.
That's where you'll be. I know that you would full on take out that Swiss Army knife and you would remove a finger.
You would survive. You would
remove
survive,
a finger.
right? You would too. You
In
would
a heartbeat.
survive. You'd find a way.
I would, in a heartbeat, remove a finger. I think of my 3
you would
kids.
do that even if you didn't have to. They'd be like, why'd you cut your finger off? Your leg was caught. You're like, I think it makes good fodder.
Okay, coming up on DBL. Oscar-nominated actress Ellen Page is living their truth. They have come out as transgender. Elliot Page. I cannot wait to hear his story. And our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, breaks down the coronavirus vaccine and who should get it first.
Me.
If you have Medicare, listen up.
Welcome back to DBL. With Thanksgiving behind us, many are wondering what its impact will be on the pandemic. Well, Dr. Payal Kohli joining us live. So, doctor, millions traveled despite recommendations not to. Now we are bracing for possible COVID-19 surges. Is there anything we can do right now to lessen the consequences?
You know, there's no doubt in my mind, Sam, that we did a lot of damage this weekend. Millions and millions of us got exposed to the vaccine, exposed to the virus and interacted with each other. But the good news is there's still the possibility of really good damage control this week, because part of that surge is not just going to come from what happened over the weekend. It's going to come from our behavior this week, because if we were exposed to it, we might be spreading it to other people. So I really have to beg those that traveled or those that gathered over the weekend to really do the right thing right now, which is to stay home for 14 days and self-quarantine. And if that 14-day quarantine is not possible, then go get tested this weekend on day 7 so that you can at least be a little bit more sure that you're not spreading the infection to others.
Now, Doc, we're hearing so much about vaccines these days, and we're getting really close. So once we do get to that stage, is there one vaccine that we should look for rather than another?
Yeah, this is a problem of having too many good choices here, Jeff. So there are pros and cons to lots of the different vaccines. So let's talk about those. So Pfizer and Moderna are the two mRNA vaccines. So that's the new technology. They're highly efficacious, up to 95% in clinical trials, but they're expensive to make and they're difficult to transport. So those are going to be the challenges. On the other hand, the AstraZeneca vaccine has a lower efficacy rate of about 70% on average, but it's a DNA vaccine which has been around for decades, so we have a lot of good long-term safety data. It's cheaper to make and much easier to transport. So, you know, risks and benefits, advantages and disadvantages, but overall, the take-home message is get a vaccine. It really doesn't matter which one, but get the vaccine because they're not going to work at all if all of us do not get them.
Hey, Doc, do you think it's a good idea to pay people to get the vaccine just to kick things off?
Well, you know, this is an ethical dilemma. You're absolutely right about that. But I honestly feel like it's okay because, number one, you're motivating people to do the right thing, which is, you know, to not only protect themselves, but to protect others. And number two, like I just said, it won't work until at least 70% of us have developed immunity, which means we need to vaccinate more than 70% of people. And we know that in an average year, people only, like 35% of people will get the flu vaccine. So we really do need to motivate each other. And I think money is the best motivator on earth.
All right. Well, Doc, they skipped my question, which is fine. I just wanted to address the fact that I heard that you made some Indian food for some host members here, and my house was skipped. So you will be receiving a text in about 35 seconds.
She's phenomenal.
No, you're coming. Yours is coming. They were the pilot run. You're going to be the actual real deal.
Okay, so they were the guinea pigs. I like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It was all safe. She dropped it off on the front doorstep, no contact, and it was fabulous. I love you, Doctor. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
Thanks,
love
Doc.
you guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
We've all got...
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, and of course, they are all about Trump. Okay, so we have Kathy on Facebook saying he needs to concede. His lies about fraud are dangerous to our democracy. Terry says, keep fighting, Mr. President. Lynn says, good for those governors. Integrity matters, and so does following the law. And Linda on Facebook says, Jeff's analogy didn't make sense. This is not a football game.
Linda. Wow, a double. That's what I hear in my nightmares, these two in my ears.
I thought it made perfect sense. You stay until the fight is done. That's what he's doing. That's what
the fight's
Tori, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying our democracy isn't a game. At the end, you all shake hands and you move on and nothing really happens. This is the shape of our political future, and I think that laws matter.
I think him starting his post-presidency life, he needs to go out like he started, fighting for the people. Remember, he's always doubled down for his base. He's never apologized, and his base loves that, and he needs to be consistent with his brand on his way in and on his way out.
But he shouldn't lie to his base. He should stop lying to his base. It's over.
That's a whole different convo.
All right, if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. Kelly Clarkson's ex wants an arm and a leg in their divorce settlement, and Felicity Huffman lands her first role since the college admissions scandal. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back. I loved your analogy, Jeff.
We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Tori joining us from home. Let's get right to it. Ellen Page, star of the Netflix hit show The Umbrella Academy, has revealed he is transgender. The actor made the announcement on Twitter and said his name is now Elliot Page. In a lengthy post, Elliot wrote he goes by the pronouns he and they, and said while he is grateful he can be his authentic self, he is also scared by the hate and violence many trans people face. Elliot rose to fame with the Oscar-winning film Juno. He is married and came out as gay in 2014. Wow. Al, what do you make of this announcement?
I think it's a beautiful thing. I see somebody living their truth. And I mean, you think about how you just naturally identify and what you're attracted to, who you want to fall in love with. And if you're part of the mainstream, that's accepted. Jeff, you met Jordan. Here's a great big hug for your parents. We're proud. We love her. Sam, you met Mark. What a great guy. What if the person that you loved, the person that you felt like inside, was going to be rejected by a large part of the populace? The heart that it takes to come out and be honest with who you are, even though you know you're going to face backlash, I think is 1,000 times more courageous than somebody like me that was like, I'm in love with this woman. And everybody's like, great, let's get dinner.
Yeah,
you know?
I think just be happy. Whatever makes your heart happy, especially in 2020, I think you could pursue that, right? My thing with this whole Elliot thing is that I feel like I'm almost walking a tightrope because I'm not educated in this department, and I don't want to insult anybody by saying he or they or whatever the pronouns are. So I'm getting used to this. You know, I think in 2020 it's a question that a lot of people are getting used to, but I think it's going to become the norm, and we're all going to educate ourselves. But like I said, in the end, just be happy.
That's what's up.
I love that you said that, and I love that you called out that for many people out there, there might be a learning curve, and that is totally okay. And I hope that nobody feels ashamed and not wanting to educate themselves because they are too afraid to not delve into the education matter of that. Tori, what I really appreciate from Elliot's point of view is if you read his I don't know what you call it, his post or his announcement,
letter,
so to speak. Yeah, his letter. He really pointed to the fact that, you know, that trans people, especially trans women of color, are the most marginalized and the most
assaulted.
Not only assaulted, but assaulted number one, but also they have the highest likelihood of suicide and attempted suicide because of the ostracization, because of the stigma, because of the discrimination. So I love that he is already making it his mission, not only to live his truth, but to speak, to educate the masses. So hopefully that can save lives.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's easy to talk about, oh, that must be scary, oh, that must be hard, but to fear for your life every day is a real thing for a lot of trans people, and especially people of color who are trans, and not a lot of people know that, and I'm glad our show is saying that, and what a great representative he's being, and has always been, for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, good on him. Okay, so Kelly Clarkson's divorce is getting messier. The singer's soon-to-be ex-husband is seeking $436,000 a month, you guys, in child and spousal support. This comes after a judge granted Kelly primary custody of their two kids. If approved, her ex would receive more than $5 million a year. You said stop it, Al. So is this not reasonable?
I think it makes sense.
This is not why these laws were created, and I don't know why they have not been fixed. It usually used to be kind of just rich men complaining about getting destroyed in a divorce, but I think more and more we're just starting to see that these are bad contracts. This is a bad contract, and for somebody to just go out and see what they can get, and for somebody to be able to do this under the law, there is no rational person that thinks that another person needs $436,000 a month per month. Tori, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy town.
I'll tell you why. First of all, you don't always end up with what you start. For a negotiation, you ask for a lot, and then you guys come down to sort of a middle. So this is normal. But what the law says is that when you divorce, you should have what it was like as it was in your marriage.
Well, that's ridiculous,
if a woman got divorced,
is what I'm saying. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
But he helped create Kelly Clarkson. He was there for her behind the scenes, and do you not think he deserves to live the life that he's accustomed to?
Great job. Oh, she's the one that did everything. What's he in the green room drinking seltzer water and waiting to get the check? What is he? He's not a vocal coach.
Al, you don't
are two people, like Jeff and Jordan have a YouTube channel together. They both have their own careers. If they were, I don't even want to put that in the universe, hypothetically, you know, yeah, if they at least, they both worked on their career together, they built that page together, that should be split equally. But if I, as a comic, marry somebody, I've been on the road for 10 years, I don't see why if I marry somebody for a year, they get half of that in perpetuity. I don't understand that.
She's raising your children, or he's doing the housework. That's exactly what happens.
$463,000 a month worth of housework. That's a lot of house.
Yeah, I agree with Al on this one. I agree that there should be support, of course, spousal support, especially if you're taking care of the children or half taking care of the children, or you're used to a certain livelihood.
I'm sorry, is he in a Craftmatic adjustable bed, Sam? He can get up and work.
$500,000 a month to me is insane.
Al, you know who his mom is?
Who?
Reba McEntire.
Is he?
No.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
No,
I'm super done with this.
Whoa, all right.
Stop it. She
Okay.
got all that Reba money.
All right.
Tori, say it.
He.
Okay.
I wanted Tori's Reba.
Oh, Tori, give us a Reba before we go to the next story.
I don't know if I should, because I'm Reba.
Okay. All right. Felicity Huffman has scored her first acting role since being released from prison. Felicity will star in an ABC comedy based on the life of a woman who inherited a AAA baseball franchise after her husband passed away. You'll remember Felicity, of course, spent 11 days behind bars for her involvement in the college admissions scandal. Meantime, Lori Loughlin is still serving her sentence in federal prison. She's expected to be released later this month. Jeff, what do you make of Felicity's comeback? Do you think she should get a second chance?
I guess so. This is what everybody predicted, right? Because she kind of took it on the chin, so to speak, and just went along with it with her hands up. And so they're like, people were saying she might get her career back. Hollywood is very fickle, let me tell you that, right? It's an inside job, Hollywood. So if you think a certain way or have certain ideologies, you're in. And if you don't, you're out. So if people are like, if you hire Lori Loughlin, you're going to be in big trouble when she comes out. She's in big trouble if Hollywood gets the sniff of that.
Jeff, I'm telling you.
Whatever it is, that smell of Hollywood.
Jeff, I think Hollywood knows what America wants, and America wants a comeback story. Let's not forget, Charlie Sheen was in the stratosphere, and he got another show after his wildness. What's the name? Iron Man. Who's the guy that plays
Robert
that?
Downey Jr.
Right, yes. In the 80s, he had some problems. Let's just leave it at that. And now he's arguably one of the most popular people ever. Everybody wants a comeback story. This is recent. People will be on her side.
Everybody wants a comeback story if you take accountability, to Jeff's point.
Which she did.
Because she took accountability, I'm rooting for her. I'm not rooting for Lori Loughlin because she did not take accountability. She was literally had to be sentenced in order for her to do her time. So, hey, Felicity Huffman, I really hope that you not only do you have a comeback, but somehow you become an advocate for some of the things that you once perpetrated against. And we do have an update. Reba is the ex-stepmom of Kelly Clarkson's soon-to-be ex-husband. Does that now make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So just wanted to correct that. Just got that correction in my ear. Okay.
Well, who yelled it in my ear just to say that?
Okay. Comedian Ross Matthews has revealed a pretty dramatic weight loss. Ross posted this pic on Instagram saying, whoa, look at him, you guys. He lost 50 pounds. And he says since June, he decided to reclaim his health after his mom passed away. He also said he had dropped 70 pounds from his all-time highest weight. But is Gwyneth Paltrow, many of you are wondering behind it. Back in 2011, Ross told People magazine that when he was 220 pounds, Gwyneth urged him to go on Jenny Craig. She pointed at his stomach and said, quote, "What's going on here? I love you, but get it together." Yikes.
That's a tough love.
That's not urging. That's bullying. I don't think that's funny at all. I think she stinks.
Oh, wow. First of all, don't come at GP like that. Second of all, it's all in the relationship that you have with the person that is saying it. I have a friend of mine that'll send me texts like, he sent me one on Thanksgiving and it made me work out. He was like, all right, fat boy, let's go hit the gym. That's how you discuss things, but not with regular people. I'm saying it's your relationship.
No.
Some people could say that.
You don't point to someone's stomach, I'm with Tori, and say, what's going on here?
They did it to the Pillsbury Doughboy and he blew up after that.
That's a fictional character. Jeff, what do you make of this? I know you like like tough love.
Listen, I do like tough love. I don't approve of this in any way, but you have to take some things, insults, failures, whatever they are in your life, and turn them into a positive. Ross is obviously still thinking about that. It was 8 years ago, and it still impacts him, which impacted his workouts in some sense, I think. So that schoolyard bully that you're talking about, Tori, people who told you can't make it, get out of here, you're never going to do it, those are inspirations to me. All those people I want to prove wrong, even though I'll never give them the justification of saying you are, but those people are the reason why I fight every day to get where I'm at.
Could Jordan say that to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, 100%.
I would be so upset
but if
my
Mark
husband pointed to my stomach and poked my stomach and said, "What's going on here?" I would be so pissed. I'll keep it 100.
Okay.
Tori, how would you feel?
Scared me just saying that. Oh my God.
I mean, first of all, I don't. Brooks would never ever attempt that.
Mark would never
But
either.
the one thing that really. But here's what really got me was what's going on here is something like, hey, do you need to work on this? What got me was get it together. Really? That's the way you're gonna, and I get what Jeff's saying too, like that probably motivated him, but I also just think that that's a really cruel thing to say to a friend, and I just don't think that's very nice.
I wonder if it's the difference between men and women. Interesting. Okay, so we want to give a big DBL shout out to friend of the show, Mean Girls actor Jonathan Bennett, because guess what, guys? He got engaged. Jonathan's fiance, James, surprised him during a Christmas card photo shoot by getting down on one knee. Jonathan told People magazine as soon as he realized he was being proposed to, he began to ugly cry. The ugliest cry anyone has ever cried. We wish them both the best. Tori, you two are pretty close. Did you know about this?
Yeah, and I just knew he was waiting and waiting and waiting, so I'm so happy for him and he and James. And the rings look gorgeous, and mazel tov to them both.
Yay.
That's my man.
Coming up on DBL, inside an animal shelter that's changing the lives of our furry friends. Do not miss this very special Heart Threads. That is coming up next. Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is about the story of an animal shelter that rescued one puppy and transformed itself in the process, proving that a little bit of love goes a long way. Take a look.
A dog who recovered from abuse is now helping dozens of shelter animals. Calvin, just a puppy then, was found near death. Friends Animal Shelter took Calvin in, and Allison Chioradio fostered him. Donations poured in to help Calvin's recovery. The shelter was able to use the proceeds to completely make over a room.
They always had to be in a crate, unsanitary. As much as you clean it, it's never clean enough because it wasn't sealed properly.
The donations allowed them to switch out the crates and make improvements.
Just having the use of the room brings me great joy because now you can open up the door and they can play around.
Although Calvin still deals with some health challenges, his recovery is remarkable. Just like Calvin, the shelter hopes to continue improving and one day be crate-free.
He's been a little miracle here, and everyone just fell in love with him and his whole story.
Yay, that makes me so happy. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet holiday deals. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. Here's DBL's Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie Jones?
Tori, I have got some amazing products and deals that you are going to love. So first, we've got something that's needed in every kitchen. It's the Secure Cool Touch Precise Temperature 1.8 quart electric water kettle.
Smart.
Need it for your cups of tea in the morning, let me tell you. It comes with a quick boil button and features 8 heat settings for the perfect temperature that you like. Now it holds over 7 cups of water, it's BPA free, and it holds heat for 4 hours. And it's cordless for an easy to carry to the patio or the backyard fire pit, you know, anywhere in the house. Love it. Now, normally it's $60. we've got it for $29, saving 52%.
I love that. I'm also getting into tea because of you, and I think this is a brilliant choice.
Oh, yes, Tori. You can come over for a cuppa anytime. Yes. It's so good. I love it. And next, we've got the perfect item for listening to music while you're out and about on the go. It's the 2-pack Bravin BRV 105 rugged portable Bluetooth speaker. It's small but mighty, and this speaker packs serious volume into a portable size, and it's got an internal speakerphone for hands-free calls with your smartphone. I mean, how clever is that? And it's waterproof, and it lasts up to 8 hours on one charge. Wow. Incredible. So normally it's $100. We've got it $20 for 2, saving 80%.
Okay, I have this. I'll be super honest. Full disclosure, I own this and I listen to it in my shower.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome, and it's way better than the ones that you hear that are real tinny.
What do you sing when you're in the shower, Tori?
Maybe a little Shake It Off from Taylor.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Like, yeah, get one of those and be like Tori, more singing in the shower. Okay, also, talking of like bathrooms, keeping clean, we all need a clean mouth and we want the dentist to stay away, am I right? Okay, so this, look how snazzy this is the Aquasonic Complete Family Oral Care System. It's incredible. It's got everything you need for cleaning every inch of your mouth. It comes with a sonic toothbrush, oral irrigator, LED dental mirror, and it has 4 color-coded brush heads for the entire family to use with an organization base. So normally this full kit is $150, but we've got it for $59, saving 61%.
That's so good. And any way to stay away from the dentist, I have a fear. Sorry, dentist.
Oh, no, it's all, I think we're all in the same boat, Tori, definitely. And then last but not least, I've got something that's really great for disinfecting your surfaces at home. We need that right now. It's the Total Vision Portable Rechargeable UV Sterilizer, so you can sanitize and sterilize your everyday items with this rechargeable portable sterilizer. So the UVC technology will destroy up to 99% of germs and bacteria. It's lightweight, so it's perfect for when you're on the go to use on your phone or your computer, anywhere where you want to be safe. Now, normally it's $50, but we've got it for $19, which means our viewers save 62% on being squeaky clean, Tori.
That's great. And right now, I want to sanitize everything, like the ATMs, the doorknobs, the credit cards. This is fabulous. That's a great item. All right, guys, for all of these, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals. And you heard them, the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration.
Tomorrow on DBL, legal expert Dan Abrams weighs in on the debate over no-knock warrants in the wake of Breonna Taylor's death.
I don't, in my personal opinion, think it's worth the risk.
And a shocking nursing home death. Did staff ignore a dying man's pleas for help? The hidden camera footage in True Crime Chronicles, only on DBL.
All right, welcome back to DBL. Sorry, I'm laughing about something that Al just said. Before we go,
You're laughing at me. Tell the you're laughing
I'm laughing
at me.
with you. Before we go, we've got a video that perfectly sums up 2020. A man was biking along the lakefront trail in Chicago when a giant wave came and hit him, pinning him against the wall. The whole thing nearly took him out, but luckily,
Get that
the man
bike.
was able to grab his bike before another wave took it.
That's why they call it Lakeshore Drive.
That's right.
That's right there.
Wow.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. First of all, Chicago, you must get goosebumps just seeing that picture.
It brings back some old memories. I feel like that was a different Jeff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Miami Al's different than Denver Al. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Believe me, LA Sam's different than Denver Sam.
LA
Okay,
Sam, I like that.
Otherwise known as Tequila Sam sometimes.
There we are. All right.
Lots changed.
Feel like we need to do another hour on that.
A lot's changed. Holly on Facebook says these are all comments in regard to Kelly Clarkson. He wants to stay on the ranch and have her support him. He's a talent manager. He can support himself. Did you know, Tori, not only did he represent her, but he represents Blake Shelton. So he's got some major money.
Well, they were both on The Voice, and I know it's going to get awkward. She has not said why she divorced him, and it's a big secret here. I'd love to know.
And then Heather really quickly says she was an idol and was doing well for herself before they were married, and she will still be awesome without him.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Tori. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
With the swing states now certifying the election for Biden and the legal cases stalling, is it time for President Trump to concede, or should he keep on fighting? We want to know what you think, DBL Nation. Should people get paid to get the coronavirus vaccine? Why some experts think it may be the only way to get rid of the virus once and for all. Kelly Clarkson gets primary custody of her kids, but now her soon-to-be ex wants nearly $500,000 a month. Does he deserve it? And Australia's gay penguin power couple is making news again. Find out why a big congratulations is in order.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, December 1st. Can you believe it? I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Al, what are you drinking?
I have, I didn't realize how silly this looked, but I have like a little natural energy boost, and we had these glasses left over from when Michael Dean got married. So I'm drinking these.
Okay.
No one drank any champagne out of those, so like it was just, they're just fancy glasses. That's a man with a fancy glass.
That's your desk, though, that everyone puts that stuff on.
It is. I think you guys are trying to let me know something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's how it happened in office space.
I'm glad that you have some energy for us today, because we're going to need it. Tori joining us from home. All right, let's get right to it, because here's the thing. We haven't talked about politics or the election for weeks, but that is for good reason, because we know it's really divides our viewers. It's divided people, this country, but it is important to talk about where we are now as a country, so hang with us. All 6 of the key battleground states have now certified their election results for Joe Biden, including Arizona. In fact, the Republican governor of Arizona, Doug Ducey, ignored a call from the president that he got during the press conference while he was certifying the vote. The president tweeted about it, asking, quote, "Why is he rushing to put a Democrat in office? What is going on with Doug Ducey? Republicans will long remember." This is now the second Republican governor that the president has criticized after they certified the election results. Meantime, none of the president's legal challenges alleging voter fraud have succeeded in changing the results. Now, while it is the president's right to pursue legal challenges, the question is, and we want to hear from you, DBL Nation, is it time for our president to concede? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Lots to think about. Tori, what do you make of this?
Well, first off, I want to be really clear with our audience that it doesn't matter, right? He doesn't have to concede for the transition of power to happen. On January 20th at noon, at 12:01, if President Trump is still trying to be there, he's essentially trespassing, and he will be escorted off the White House grounds. So this is all in tradition that people do this. And as we know, President Trump likes to act on the offensive no matter what the facts are. So he's going to push forward and push forward. I think what we aren't saying is how wonderful we handled this election in a terrible pandemic. We should give a round of applause to all of our workers who stepped it up and had the safest election, according to the head of the election committee, as well as I think we have to understand that the transfer of power in this country is not a Republican or a Democratic ideal. That is a wholly American tradition, because it separates our country from all the other autocratic, cruel governments to say, in this country, the people voted and we go with the people. And guess what, guys? The votes were counted, the people voted, it's over.
But I don't, Tori, I'll push back on that a little bit, and I'll say it's not over for them. It's not over for them. What they see happening is the literal pushing out of the ideals that they wanted to see in their candidate. I think a lot of people that were pro-Trump, are pro-Trump, will forever be pro-Trump, is he's the first candidate that spoke like them and spoke to them. And the people that did not like him were also people that they did not like. So for them to see this happen and to see their last kind of bastion of hope, which is a recount or a misadding of votes, going away, I think it's dang near traumatic for them. And I think that we need to understand.
It might be Yeah, it might be traumatic, Al, but that's the truth. And at some point, someone has to say, red is red. 2 + 2 is 4. He didn't get the numbers. We've done all of the recounts. We've asked all the lawyers. No election lawyer will take the case. Every judge is tossing this out. Why? Because it isn't based in reality.
Tori, 2020, everybody's got their own truth.
Really quickly, Jeff, and then I want to read comments because there's actually, I feel like we're missing the conversation here. But go ahead,
I hear
Jeff.
what Tori's saying, totally, right? And I think a lot of people do too. But let me take a page out of Al Jackson's book and put it into an analogy.
Please.
You're going to like this, Al. Okay, let's say there's a football game and there's 140 million people at this football game, right? As you mentioned, Tori, there still is time left on the clock. Even though it looks like Biden's way ahead at this point, there's still time on the clock for Trump. So even though a lot of those people have left the stadium, millions and millions and millions of people, there are some Trump fans still there hanging on to see if they could pull off one last Hail Mary. If that was my team and it was the Chicago Bears out there, I would say, you know what? You don't give up till that clock hits 0-0-0. I think that's what Trump's doing, and I think that's what his supporters are doing.
Yeah, but I feel like, and I hear you 100% hear you.
No one thought that was a great analogy?
You didn't let me finish. I was going to say,
okay.
good job, Jeff.
I
was going to say your analogy is almost as good, if not better, than Al Jackson's. But I think what we're missing is we keep talking about these Trump supporters like they're not our family members, like they're not our viewers, like they're not our friends. We have to remember, even if I don't feel that way, even if I don't agree with some of our viewers, we need to hear from you. We need to have the conversation. We don't want to be The View. We don't want to be one-sided on Daily Blast Live. We want to have the same difficult conversations here at this table that you guys are having at your dinner tables. So how do we do that? Help me understand how you are feeling right now, because we want you represented at this table. So let me read some comments because you guys are writing in more than I feel like you've ever written in before. We have Philippe on Twitter saying it takes time to uncover all the fraud in the election. Give the president and his team time to uncover the evidence showing this was a rigged election. Leanne says Trump won 74 million popular votes. To simply cast aside all those people and say they are crazy is a big mistake. And Linda says, I am a Trump supporter, but at some point, this is to Tori's point, we have to face facts that he's not going to win. Sadly, the votes just aren't there for him. So how do we make sense of this, right? Because we have three, or you think about the Republican governors who are representing those states in question, right? Who voted for Trump, who support that party, but at the end of the day, they have verified and they have certified that their states have legally and justly voted for Biden. But then how do we somehow make the American people, the half of our country, half of our viewers, half of our family members, if you want to make it personal, feel heard and feel like that they have not been robbed?
I think my analogy was amazing, and I think I think a lot of people have left the stadium, so to speak, right? They're moving on with their lives. They're accepting the fate that's coming. But for the Trump side of people, they're like, there is still some fight left, even though it seems totally there's no way you could win this game. They want people, Trump wants people, the Trump people want him to put in every single thing in his rights, which is legal, till that clock hits 0-0-0. As Tori mentioned, there's still time. If 11:59 comes of that date, Tori, and Trump says, you know what, I concede now because I'm out of time, then we just have to wait to see how this plays out.
And I hope that we can all come together. I really do. I know that sounds like rose-colored glasses, but I really do. 72% of you believe it is time for Trump to concede. We will continue this conversation hopefully at another time, but let's switch gears here. We have some cute news about a couple of gay penguins who are now second-time dads. Sven and Magic are two well-known residents at the Sydney Aquarium. They've been together for years, and they just adopted a second chick from a heterosexual pair of penguins. They raised their first adopted chick Lara back in 2018. I love this. And Al, you know, we had the gay penguins here in Denver at the Denver Zoo. And, you know, it just goes to show that, you know.
But do we know that they're gay,
Yes.
Sam?
Yes.
What if
Yes.
they're just trying to keep warm?
No.
And who's pushing children on them? What if they don't want children?
Oh. No, the other penguins gave up their chick. They abandoned their chick, which happens in nature, and therefore Sven and Magic said, come on over.
I don't know if they said come on over. I think they opened the gate and they pushed the little baby in there. And Sven is like, I'm trying to enjoy my golden years.
Sven and Magic. First of all, Sven, brilliant name because that's from Frozen.
Great
and they're
name.
penguins. They live in the ice. The fact you said, how do we know that they're...
I think they just saw the kid and they were just like, oh, another thing to keep me warm.
No, here's the thing. Love is a universal language. You don't have to speak penguin. You don't have to speak English, Al.
They speak warm.
Love is a universal language.
But they don't speak it, Sam, which kind of kills your point.
No.
They just stare and waddle.
No, oh, honey, that's not true.
What else do penguins do?
Let me put it like this real fast. What if there were two gay penguins in a stadium, right? And they were playing each other.
Oh my gosh. Look at him with his analogies. Tori, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Kelly Clarkson's ex is demanding more than $400 grand a month. Can you believe that in their divorce settlement? But should he get it? What do you think? Plus, Felicity Huffman's TV return. We're talking about her first role since serving time in the college admissions scandal and dramatic rescues caught on camera, from one on the high seas to a hiker airlifted from a mountain. It's heroism in action.
The text reads, important. Susan, Amazon apologizes. Our gift to you is this MacBook Pro. Fill in your details so we can ship it to you right away. It includes a link. Susan DiMucci says she took the bait.
And it takes you to a Google blank page, as if you were going to do a Google search. That's all you get.
Susan asked us to verify whether the offer was real. Our source for this is Amazon. A spokesperson responded to our inquiry. No, this isn't real.
When you first see a so familiar name, you think, oh, yeah, fine, you know, I know them. And I believed it.
Amazon has a special section on its website dedicated to scams and how to identify whether a phone call or text is from them. The company warns scammers generally follow a common pattern. They connect with a victim by phone, email, or social media and create a sense of urgency. Then they ask for some sort of gift card or processing payment. Amazon warns they will never ask you for your personal information like social security number, tax ID, or bank account information, or to make a payment from a third-party website, or for remote access to your device. So we can verify this Amazon giveaway is fake.
I should have known better.
If you get a suspicious message from someone claiming to be with Amazon, they want to know about it. You can visit their website to file a complaint. I'm Cheryl Mercedes with your Verify.
Welcome back to DBL. We've got a couple of caught on camera rescues to show you. So up first, this Florida man was rescued Sunday morning. He was found 86 miles off the coast of Florida after his boat capsized. He had gone missing Friday night. He had clung to the bow of his ship for hours, waiting and hoping to be rescued. Here's what he told the Coast Guard about how it all went down.
I didn't see anybody. I thought it was, this is it. And then I saw container vessel in the distance, and I don't have my glasses. I couldn't see if it was coming to me or not, but I began I began to wave, and then took my shirt off and waved periodically. And in the course of a half an hour, it seemed to get closer. And he saw me, and he would radio in my location. So, excuse me, somebody could come and pick me up. Over.
Can you imagine? He looks like a captain, first and foremost.
I spotted that fake beard a mile away.
What?
You don't
No,
know?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He looks like Castaway getting out of the
really
water.
does.
I mean,
You know, he couldn't move on that bow at all. He said if he were to have moved during the time, like the 26 hours or whatever that he was out in sea, he thinks that boat would have capsized. So he had to stay in one position the entire time. Okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I mean,
I was speechless because imagine what your mind goes through. What are you thinking every single second? Like, shark, I'm starving. Like, I can't imagine.
Wait till you see this one. Let's see how we would fend if this happened to us. A hiker was rescued after he slipped and fell, and then a boulder fell on top of him, trapping him underneath. The 48-year-old man waited for 12 hours to get rescued. So this is what happened. He used a penknife to get his phone. He then dug his way out from under the rock. He had gone hiking looking for his missing drone. How do you think you would fend for yourself in that situation, Al?
I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
I'm telling you, I'd have been like, it's been a good run. I shouldn't have been out here. And this is, I would just be thinking about my couch the whole time, Jeff. Like, why'd you get off the couch?
Listen, I think people underestimate what your mind and human body could go through, right? And I think in any of those situations you're not ready for, but your will to survive will get you through. That's what's incredible about all these stories. It's like, what do you do in those moments, right? Do you just Al Jackson it?
Yeah.
Or do you
I'm
do
the Nestea plunge, right? I'm done.
No, you're gonna fight, Al.
Al,
You're gonna
I
fight.
know for a fact all it would take is for you to think of your 3 children, and you would immediately take out a hacksaw if you had one.
A hacksaw?
Conveniently.
Well, I'm thinking about.
I wouldn't even know where to go to buy a hacksaw, much less what they look like and what you use them for.
A Swiss Army knife. You would take out a Swiss Army knife. You would remove your finger if you had to. You would do exactly what you would need to do.
I don't know if I can cut my finger off.
Would you fish with your finger?
No, I wouldn't. Look, I wouldn't be out there. Anything that requires an orange helicopter to come pick you up, you should not be out there. That is an orange helicopter situation. I will not be out there. I'll be texting with Jeff about how bad the Bears are playing and how worried I am about the Browns.
Jeff,
that's where I'll be.
That's where you'll be. I know that you would full on take out that Swiss Army knife and you would remove a finger.
You would survive. You would
remove
survive,
a finger.
right? You would too. You
In
would
a heartbeat.
survive. You'd find a way.
I would, in a heartbeat, remove a finger. I think of my 3
you would
kids.
do that even if you didn't have to. They'd be like, why'd you cut your finger off? Your leg was caught. You're like, I think it makes good fodder.
Okay, coming up on DBL. Oscar-nominated actress Ellen Page is living their truth. They have come out as transgender. Elliot Page. I cannot wait to hear his story. And our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, breaks down the coronavirus vaccine and who should get it first.
Me.
Welcome back to DBL. With Thanksgiving behind us, many are wondering what its impact will be on the pandemic. Well, Dr. Payal Kohli joining us live. So, doctor, millions traveled despite recommendations not to. Now we are bracing for possible COVID-19 surges. Is there anything we can do right now to lessen the consequences?
You know, there's no doubt in my mind, Sam, that we did a lot of damage this weekend. Millions and millions of us got exposed to the vaccine, exposed to the virus and interacted with each other. But the good news is there's still the possibility of really good damage control this week, because part of that surge is not just going to come from what happened over the weekend. It's going to come from our behavior this week, because if we were exposed to it, we might be spreading it to other people. So I really have to beg those that traveled or those that gathered over the weekend to really do the right thing right now, which is to stay home for 14 days and self-quarantine. And if that 14-day quarantine is not possible, then go get tested this weekend on day 7 so that you can at least be a little bit more sure that you're not spreading the infection to others.
Now, Doc, we're hearing so much about vaccines these days, and we're getting really close. So once we do get to that stage, is there one vaccine that we should look for rather than another?
Yeah, this is a problem of having too many good choices here, Jeff. So there are pros and cons to lots of the different vaccines. So let's talk about those. So Pfizer and Moderna are the 2 mRNA vaccines. So that's the new technology. They're highly efficacious, up to 95% in clinical trials, but they're expensive to make and they're difficult to transport. So those are going to be the challenges. On the other hand, the AstraZeneca vaccine has a lower efficacy rate of about 70% on average, but it's a DNA vaccine, which has been around for decades, so we have a lot of good long-term safety data. It's cheaper to make and much easier to transport. So, you know, risks and benefits, advantages and disadvantages, but overall, the take-home message is get a vaccine. It really doesn't matter which one, but get the vaccine, because they're not going to work at all if all of us do not get them.
Hey, Doc, do you think it's a good idea to pay people to get the vaccine just to kick things off?
Well, you know, this is an ethical dilemma. You're absolutely right about that. But I honestly feel like it's okay, because number one, you're motivating people to do the right thing, which is, you know, to not only protect themselves, but to protect others. And number two, like I just said, it won't work until at least 70% of us have developed immunity, which means we need to vaccinate more than 70% of people. And we know that in an average year, people only, like 35% of people will get the flu vaccine. So we really do need to motivate each other. And I think money is the best motivator on earth.
All right. Well, Doc, they skipped my question, which is fine. I just wanted to address the fact that I heard that you made some Indian food for some host members here, and my house was skipped. So you will be receiving a text in about 35 seconds.
She's phenomenal.
No, you're coming. Yours is coming. They were the pilot run. You're going to be the actual real deal.
Okay, so they were the guinea pigs. I like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It was all safe. She dropped it off on the front doorstep, no contact, and it was fabulous. I love you, doctor. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
Thanks,
love
Doc.
you guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, and of course, they are all about Trump. Okay, so we have Kathy on Facebook saying he needs to concede. His lies about fraud are dangerous to our democracy. Terry says, keep fighting, Mr. President. Lynn says, good for those governors. Integrity matters, and so does following the law. And Linda on Facebook says, Jeff's analogy didn't make sense. This is not a football game.
Linda, wow, a double. That's what I hear in my nightmares, these two in my ears.
I thought it made perfect sense. You stay until the fight is done. That's what he's doing. That's what
the fight's Tori, go ahead. No, I'm just saying our democracy isn't a game. At the end, you all shake hands and you move on and nothing really happens. This is the shape of our political future, and I think that laws matter.
I think him starting his post-presidency life, he needs to go out like he started, fighting for the people. Remember, he's always doubled down for his base. He's never apologized, and his base loves that. And he needs to be consistent with his brand on his way in and on his way out.
But he shouldn't lie to his base. He should stop lying to his base. It's over.
That's a whole different combo.
All right, if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. Kelly Clarkson's ex wants an arm and a leg in their divorce settlement, and Felicity Huffman lands her first role since the college admissions scandal. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back. I loved your analogy, Jeff.
Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Tori joining us from home. Let's get right to it. Ellen Page, star of the Netflix hit show The Umbrella Academy, has revealed he is transgender. The actor made the announcement on Twitter and said his name is now Elliot Page. In a lengthy post, Elliot wrote he goes by the pronouns he and they, and said while he is grateful he can be his authentic self, he is also scared by the hate and violence many trans people face. Elliot rose to fame with the Oscar-winning film Juno. He is married and came out as gay in 2014. Wow. Al, what do you make of this announcement?
I think it's a beautiful thing. I see somebody living their truth. And I mean, you think about how you just naturally identify and what you're attracted to, who you want to fall in love with. And if you're part of the mainstream, that's accepted. Jeff, you met Jordan. Here's a great big hug for your parents. We're proud. We love her. Sam, you met Mark. What a great guy. What if the person that you loved, the person that you felt like inside, was going to be rejected by a large part of the populace? The heart that it takes to come out and be honest with who you are, even though you know you're going to face backlash, I think is 1,000 times more courageous than somebody like me that was like, I'm in love with this woman. And I was like, great, let's get dinner.
Yeah,
you know?
I think just be happy. Whatever makes your heart happy, especially in 2020, I think you could pursue that, right? My thing with this whole Elliot thing is that I feel like I'm almost walking a tightrope because I'm not educated in this department, and I don't want to insult anybody by saying he or they or whatever the pronouns are. So I'm getting used to this. You know, I think in 2020 it's a question that a lot of people are getting used to, but I think it's going to become the norm, and we're all going to educate ourselves. But like I said, in the end, just be happy.
That's what's up.
I love that you said that, and I love that you called out that for many people out there, there might be a learning curve, and that is totally okay. And I hope that nobody feels ashamed and not wanting to educate themselves because they are too afraid to not delve into the education matter of that. Tori, what I really appreciate from Elliot's point of view is if you read his I don't know what you call it, his post or his announcement,
letter,
so to speak. Yeah, his letter. He really pointed to the fact that, you know, that trans people, especially trans women of color, are the most marginalized and the most
assaulted.
Not only assaulted, but assaulted number one, but also they have the highest likelihood of suicide and attempted suicide because of the ostracization, because of the stigma, because of the discrimination. So I love that he is already making it his mission, not only to live his truth, but to speak, to educate the masses. So hopefully that can save lives.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's easy to talk about, oh, that must be scary, oh, that must be hard, but to fear for your life every day is a real thing for a lot of trans people, and especially people of color who are trans, and not a lot of people know that. And I'm glad our show is saying that, and what a great representative he's being, and has always been for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, good on him. Okay, so Kelly Clarkson's divorce is getting messier. The singer's soon-to-be ex-husband is seeking $436,000
Stop it.
a month, you guys, in child and spousal support. This comes after a judge granted Kelly primary custody of their two kids. If approved, her ex would receive more than $5 million a year. You said stop it, Al. So is this not reasonable?
I think it makes sense.
This is not why these laws are created, and I don't know why they have not been fixed. It usually used to be kind of just rich men complaining about getting destroyed in a divorce, but I think more and more we're just starting to see that these are bad contracts. This is a bad contract, and for somebody to just go out and see what they can get, and for somebody to be able to do this under the law, there is no rational person that thinks that another person needs $436,000 a month per month. Tori, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy town.
I'll tell you why. First of all, you don't always end up with what you start. For negotiation, you ask for a lot, and then you guys come down to sort of a middle. So this is normal. But what the law says is that when you divorce, you should have what it was like as it was in your marriage.
Well, that's ridiculous,
if a woman got divorced,
is what I'm saying. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
But he helped create Kelly Clarkson. He was there for her behind the scenes, and do you not think he deserves to live the life that he's accustomed to?
Great job. Oh, she's the one that did everything. What's he in the green room drinking seltzer water and waiting to get the check? What is he? He's not a vocal coach.
Al, you
if
don't
these are
know
two people,
that.
like Jeff and Jordan have a YouTube channel together. They both have their own careers. If they were, I don't even want to put that in the universe, hypothetically, you know, yeah, if they at least, they have both worked on their career together, they built that page together, that should be split equally. But if I, as a comic, marry somebody, I've been on the road for 10 years. I don't see why if I marry somebody for a year, they get half of that in perpetuity. I don't understand that.
She's raising your children, or he's doing the housework. That's exactly what happens.
$463,000 a month worth of housework. That's a lot of house.
Yeah, I agree with Al on this one. I agree that there should be support, of course, spousal support, especially if you're taking care of the children or half taking care of the children, or you're used to a certain livelihood.
I'm sorry, is he in a Craftmatic adjustable bed, Sam? He can get up and work.
$500,000 a month to me is insane.
Al, you know who his mom is?
Who?
Reba McEntire.
Is he?
No.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
No
I'm
way.
super
That's
done
right.
with this.
Whoa, all right.
Stop it. She
Okay.
got all that Reba money.
All right.
Tori, say it.
He.
Okay.
I wanted Tori's Reba.
Oh, Tori, give us a Reba before we go to the next story.
I don't know if I should, because I'm Reba.
Okay. All right. Felicity Huffman has scored her first acting role since being released from prison. Felicity will star in an ABC comedy based on the life of a woman who inherited a AAA baseball franchise after her husband passed away. You'll remember Felicity, of course, spent 11 days behind bars for her involvement in the college admissions scandal. Meantime, Lori Loughlin is still serving her sentence in federal prison. She's expected to be released later this month. Jeff, what do you make of Felicity's comeback? Do you think she should get a second chance?
I guess this is what everybody predicted, right? Because she kind of took it on the chin, so to speak, and just went along with it with her hands up. And so they're like, people were saying she might get her career back. Hollywood is very fickle, let me tell you that, right? It's an inside job, Hollywood. So if you think a certain way or have certain ideologies, you're in. And if you don't, you're out. So if people are like, if you hire Lori Loughlin, you're going to be in big trouble when she comes out. She's in big trouble if Hollywood gets the sniff of that.
Jeff, I'm telling you.
Whatever it is, that smell of Hollywood.
Jeff, I think Hollywood knows what America wants, and America wants a comeback story. Let's not forget, Charlie Sheen was in the stratosphere, and he got another show after his wildness. What's the name? Iron Man. Who's the guy that plays
Robert
that?
Downey Jr.
Right, yes. In the 80s, he had some problems. Let's just leave it at that. And now he's arguably one of the most popular people ever. Everybody wants a comeback story. This is recent. People will be on her side.
Everybody wants a comeback story if you take accountability, to Jeff's point.
Which she did.
Because she took accountability, I'm rooting for her. I'm not rooting for Lori Loughlin because she did not take accountability. She was literally had to be sentenced in order for her to do her time. So, hey, Felicity Huffman, I really hope that you not only do you have a comeback, but somehow you become an advocate for some of the things that you once perpetrated against. And we do have an update. Reba is the ex-stepmom of Kelly Clarkson's soon-to-be ex-husband. Does that now make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So just wanted to correct that. Just got that correction in my ear. Okay.
Well, who yelled it in my ear just to say that?
Okay. Comedian Ross Matthews has revealed a pretty dramatic weight loss. Ross posted this pic on Instagram saying, whoa, look at him, you guys. He lost 50 pounds. And he says since June, he decided to reclaim his health after his mom passed away. He also said he had dropped 70 pounds from his all-time highest weight. But is Gwyneth Paltrow, many of you are wondering behind it, back in 2011, Ross told People magazine that when he was 220 pounds, Gwyneth urged him to go on Jenny Craig. She pointed at his stomach and said, quote, "What's going on here? I love you, but get it together." Yikes.
That's a tough love.
That's not urging. That's bullying. I don't think that's funny at all. I think she stinks.
Oh, wow. First of all, don't come at GP like that. Second of all, it's all in the relationship that you have with the person that is saying it. I have a friend of mine that'll send me texts like, he sent me one on Thanksgiving and it made me work out. He was like, all right, fat boy.
No,
let's
that's
go. Let's go hit the gym.
I'm with
That's
Tori.
how you
That's
discuss
so
things,
rude.
but not with regular people. I'm saying it's your relationship.
No.
Some people could say that.
You don't point to someone's stomach, I'm with Tori, and say, what's going on here?
They
You
did
can
it to the
say-
Pillsbury Doughboy and he blew up after that.
That's a fictional character. Jeff, what do you make of this? I know you like like tough love.
Listen, I do like tough love. I don't approve of this in any way, but you have to take some things, insults, failures, whatever they are in your life, and turn them into a positive. Ross is obviously still thinking about that. It was 8 years ago, and it still impacts him, which impacted his workouts in some sense, I think. So that schoolyard bully that you're talking about, Tori, people who told you can't make it, get out of here, you're never going to do it, those are inspirations to me. All those people I want to prove wrong, even though I'll never give them the justification of saying you are, but those people are the reason why I fight every day to get where I'm at.
Could Jordan say that to you?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
I would be so upset
but
if my
Mark
husband pointed to my stomach and poked my stomach and said, "What's going on here?" I would be so pissed. I'll keep it 100.
Okay.
Tori, how would you feel?
Scared me just saying that. My God.
I mean, first of all, I don't. Brooks would never ever attempt that.
Mark would never
But
either.
the one thing that really. But here's what really got me was what's going on here is something like, hey, do you need to work on this? What got me was get it together. Really? That's the way you're gonna, and I get what Jeff's saying too, like that probably motivated him, but I also just think that that's a really cruel thing to say to a friend, and I just don't think that's very nice.
I wonder if it's the difference between men and women. Interesting. Okay, so we want to give a big DBL shout out to friend of the show, Mean Girls actor Jonathan Bennett, because guess what, guys? He got engaged. Jonathan's fiance James surprised him during a Christmas card photo shoot by getting down on one knee. Jonathan told People magazine as soon as he realized he was being proposed to, he began to ugly cry. The ugliest cry anyone has ever cried. We wish them both the best. Tori, you two are pretty close. Did you know about this?
Yeah, and I just knew he was waiting and waiting and waiting, so I'm so happy for him and he and James. And the rings look gorgeous, and mazel tov to them both.
Yay.
That's my man.
Coming up on DBL, inside an animal shelter that's changing the lives of our furry friends. Do not miss this very special Heart Threads. That is coming up next. Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is about the story of an animal shelter that rescued one puppy and transformed itself in the process, proving that a little bit of love goes a long way. Take a look.
A dog who recovered from abuse is now helping dozens of shelter animals. Calvin, just a puppy then, was found near death. Friends Animal Shelter took Calvin in, and Allison Chioradio fostered him. Donations poured in to help Calvin's recovery. The shelter was able to use the proceeds to completely make over a room.
They always had to be in a crate, unsanitary. As much as you clean it, it's never clean enough because it wasn't sealed properly.
The donations allowed them to switch out the crates and make improvements.
Just having the use of the room brings me great joy because now you can open up the door and they can play around.
Although Calvin still deals with some health challenges, his recovery is remarkable. Just like Calvin, the shelter hopes to continue improving and one day be crate-free.
He's been a little miracle here, and everyone just fell in love with him and his whole story.
Yay, that makes me so happy. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet holiday deals. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. Here's DBL's Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie Jones?
Tori, I have got some amazing products and deals that you are going to love. So first, we've got something that's needed in every kitchen. It's the Secura Cool Touch Precise Temperature 1.8 quart electric water kettle.
Smart.
Need it for your cups of tea in the morning, let me tell you. It comes with a quick boil button and features 8 heat settings for the perfect temperature that you like. Now it holds over 7 cups of water, it's BPA free, and it holds heat for 4 hours. And it's cordless for an easy to carry to the patio or the backyard fire pit, you know, anywhere in the house. Love it. Now, normally it's $60. We've got it for $29, saving 52%.
I love that. I'm also getting into tea because of you, and I think this is a brilliant choice.
Oh, Yes, Tori. You can come over for a cuppa anytime. Yes. It's so good. I love it. And next, we've got the perfect item for listening to music while you're out and about on the go. It's the 2-pack Bravin BRV 105 rugged portable Bluetooth speaker. It's small but mighty, and this speaker packs serious volume into a portable size, and it's got an internal speakerphone for hands-free calls with your smartphone. I mean, how clever is that? And it's waterproof, and it lasts up to 8 hours on one charge. Wow. Incredible. So normally it's $100. We've got it $20 for 2, saving 80%.
Okay, I have this. I'll be super honest. Full disclosure, I own this and I listen to it in my shower.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome, and it's way better than the ones that you hear that are real tinny.
What do you sing when you're in the shower, Tori?
Maybe a little Shake It Off from Taylor.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Like, yeah, get one of those and be like Tori, more singing in the shower. Okay, also, talking of like bathrooms, keeping clean, we all need a clean mouth and we want the dentist to stay away, am I right? Okay, so this, look how snazzy this is the Aquasonic Complete Family Oral Care System. It's incredible. It's got everything you need for cleaning every inch of your mouth. It comes with a sonic toothbrush, oral irrigator, LED dental mirror, and it has 4 color-coded brush heads for the entire family to use with an organization base. So normally this full kit is $150, but we've got it for $59, saving 61%.
That's so good. And any way to stay away from the dentist, I have a fear. Sorry, dentist.
Oh, no, it's all, I think we're all in the same boat, Tori, definitely. And then last but not least, I've got something that's really great for disinfecting your surfaces at home. We need that right now. It's the Total Vision Portable Rechargeable UV Sterilizer, so you can sanitize and sterilize your everyday items with this rechargeable portable sterilizer. So the UVC technology will destroy up to 99% of germs and bacteria. It's lightweight, so it's perfect for when you're on the go to use on your phone or your computer, anywhere where you want to be safe. Now, normally it's $50, but we've got it for $19, which means our viewers save 62% on being squeaky clean, Tori.
That's great. And right now, I want to sanitize everything, like the ATMs, the doorknobs, the credit cards. This is fabulous. That's a great item. All right, guys, for all of these, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals. And you heard them, the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Tomorrow on DBL, legal expert Dan Abrams weighs in on the debate over no-knock warrants in the wake of Breonna Taylor's death.
I don't, in my personal opinion, think it's worth the risk.
And a shocking nursing home death. Did staff ignore a dying man's pleas for help? The hidden camera footage in True Crime Chronicles, only on DBL.
All right, welcome back to DBL. Sorry, I'm laughing about something that Al just said. Before we go,
you're laughing at me. Tell the
no,
you're laughing
I'm laughing
at me.
with you. Before we go, we've got a video that perfectly sums up 2020. A man was biking along the lakefront trail in Chicago when a giant wave came and hit him, pinning him against the wall. The whole thing nearly took him out, but luckily the man was able to grab his bike before another wave took it.
That's why they call it Lakeshore Drive.
That's right.
That's right there.
Wow.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. First of all, Chicago, you must get goosebumps for just seeing that picture.
It brings back some old memories. I feel like that was a different Jeff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Miami Al's different than Denver Al. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, LA Sam's different than Denver Sam.
LA Sam, I like that.
Otherwise known as Tequila Sam sometimes.
There we are. All right.
Lots changed.
I feel like we need to do another hour on that.
A lot's changed. Holly on Facebook says these are all comments in regard to Kelly Clarkson. He wants to stay on the ranch and have her support him. He's a talent manager. He can support himself. Did you know, Tori, not only did he represent her, but he represents Blake Shelton. So he's got some major money.
Well, they were both on The Voice, and I know it's going to get awkward. She has not said why she divorced him, and it's a big secret here. I'd love to know.
And then Heather really quickly says she was an idol and was doing well for herself before they were married, and she will still be awesome without him.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Tori. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
DBL.